In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Hello and welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning
Italian sea salt,
and perhaps
but made it brewed in the UK.
a little perspective.
How do they import it?
My name's John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris. Italian sea salt, but it's brewed in the UK, so they import the salt in advance.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
They rub it on a man called Giuseppe beforehand.
And they send him on a plane.
Yeah.
And it beats the scanner because it's just salt.
I was drinking some of that.
We're talking about beer, by the way.
Yeah,
we should
we're
probably
reading beer labels because that's where the level we
clarify.
stooped to.
Yeah, there's one that's going around right now. I can't remember if it's Biro Purifica or whatever, but it's quite nice. And I was like, oh, what a crisp Italian lager. And then it's like brewed in Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
And it's all alive, the whole thing.
Asahi is, isn't it?
Oh, God, no.
Whereas
please don't tell me.
That's Japanese, right?
It says Rome.
Brewed and bottled in Italy.
Oh, well, that's somewhat authentic then.
So I guess the further around... So
Completely the wrong way.
Yeah, so you always just move a little west, right? So if it's an Italian beer, move west to the UK.
Sure, yeah.
If it's a Japanese beer, you move west to Italy.
Yeah. Like on,
I see.
Like on the board game Risk.
Exactly,
Yes,
like on
yes.
the board
Like
game
that,
Risk,
yeah.
for example. Yeah.
Well, beers like Madri get a hard time because they're brewed in the UK, but they they have a Spanish theme to them. But Moretti, no one bats an eyelid because it's posh looking.
That's the thing, isn't it?
That's the difference.
It's got, I think it's all about the kind of man you have on the label.
That's what
Moretti's
I
got a
always
fancy
say.
man on
It's
it.
about the man on the label.
Yeah.
And Moretti has a man in a hat.
Yes.
A man in a hat.
And I think Madri has a man in a waistcoat.
It does, yeah. It's got like a little checker.
So that's the difference.
This bottle is warped.
Oh, I'm sorry about. Well,
What?
let me say at this point that I won these beers.
That's weird.
The bottle itself.
The bottle itself is like...
That's terrifying.
It's like it's melted.
Someone's trying to
What?
kill me.
But it's glass.
I won these beers at
I
work.
can see why.
Right, yeah.
I won something.
Yeah, you won. Let's get
I
into
won
that.
best bloke at
Top
work.
Top shagger.
I won top shagger.
Yeah.
Toppest chap.
I won most likely to shag
Yes.
at work.
That's not a good thing.
No, I
At
won.
work?
No,
Oh yeah, they know.
HR.
I wonder what's in these beers. I won excellence in humour and entertainment.
I love that.
An award for the person who keeps morale high and makes people look forward to a day at the office.
So it's a
Popularity contest.
So your office is
I
a
guess who won
wasteland,
it?
is what you're saying.
Me.
No,
I won the popularity
Wow,
contest.
wow.
You're brightening everyone's day.
Yeah, there was a small campaign I ran in order to be voted.
I see.
You're like, laugh at me or die.
Oh yeah, or face the consequences.
On the camera.
Well, I've been trying to win it for the last 3 years and never have.
Have other people won it?
Yeah.
Comedy Dave died.
Yeah, well, no, a guy who
Finally.
still works there has won it the last 3 years in a row.
Is he
He
funny?
must be gutted.
Well, here's the thing. I've never seen him be funny. But then literally, the person awarding it said, I didn't know this about you, Chris, as I was collecting the award.
What?
What,
Which
that you were funny?
Yeah, basically means I thought you were a boring bastard. It's basically what she was
That's
saying.
definitely one way to read into it. Yeah. Sure.
If I had to work with you, I think it would be
But she doesn't work
pretty-
directly with me.
Ah.
This is for the
Yeah.
whole institution. This isn't just my team.
Right.
This is the whole place.
And you're touching everyone's lives.
Thank you for saying lives.
Yeah. So it's like, and now the one who's making us all smile in these hard times is Chris Ray.
Yeah.
With some very
Quiet, you
dour,
awful man.
very dour groundsmen in the front row who are like, yeah.
I tried so hard.
So
I got a laugh on the way down. I think because I was trying not to fall down the steps. I was doing very careful, and I said, I keep it very well hidden.
It could be true that your predecessor, who'd won it 3 years in a row, didn't win it via being funny,
No.
but he was just genuinely really helpful and supportive. And
Or maybe he once just really hurt himself and fell down some stairs.
Yeah,
and everyone's
that's
like,
why they
yeah,
voted
classic
for
Phil.
Yeah. But I've been living in the guy's shadow for 3 years.
yeah, but the
I'm there
Padawan has
now.
become the master.
I'm number one.
Was he smiling or crying?
I bet he was crying.
I didn't. I
Were you?
didn't look. I made it a point not to, but I did see him yesterday. And I didn't say anything.
Did he cheer you up?
No, I was just returning a tripod, if you pardon the expression.
Did his tears cheer you up?
Yeah, right.
It's awkward now, though, isn't it? Because it's like, what do I say?
Did he win a different award of like killing the business or whatever?
No, he won even funnier. Yeah.
Damn it!
It's John. He won the even funnier award. No, he didn't win anything. I was surprised. I actually said it's kind of ironically funnier if he wins again before I won. But then I'd fuck that because I wanted to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm pleased that I won.
What was the campaign that you ran, basically?
Vote for me or else.
You were going around telling people to vote for you.
For people in my team, yeah.
Yeah.
What are
okay.
your internal awards called? Do they have a particular
No,
name? or-
they're just
The Crumblies?
yeah, that'd be cool. No, they're just staff awards.
And it's all right. Yeah.
It's
was it
part
like-
of what's called a continuous professional development day.
Oh, CPD.
CPD.
Yeah.
And was it an evening of presentation awards?
No, it was just a work day. We all had to be there on campus to learn things. There was actually quite a fun little thing up at the farm where we work, because there's a farm on campus.
Sure.
They were doing little activities, and I played on the tractor simulator.
Oh!
That was good.
Oh, the video game Tractor Simulator.
But like a high tech proper surrounded by
screens all
screens,
around
yeah,
you.
tractor
Oh,
control.
shit.
It was
Steering
good.
wheel.
It's actually quite good fun, and we were like, "Oh, I've seen the farm," but then you go and it's like, "Oh, actually, that was good. I enjoyed that."
Wow.
There are other bits where you're like, "I'm not sure this is quite right for marketing," but that's fine.
When I
And then I
worked,
won, so who cares about the
Who
rest of it?
fucking cares?
when I worked at the university, we had I don't know. There was like some nationwide organisation, which I think was a bit of a racket, but you could like plug into them, and they would kind of organise your in-house awards.
I see.
I can't remember what they were called, like the Star.
That feels like a
Awards or something
spectacular
like
waste
that.
of money.
Yeah.
Oh, we have those awards,
Morale.
but that's the Students' Union run those kinds of awards.
Right.
This is just that like what's called professional services stuff.
Yeah.
So behind the scenes people.
I mean, they tried to make people feel good, but it was like.
Oh, let me tell you, I feel good.
I can tell.
Yeah. Did you get like a plaque or
No,
something? like
I
that?
just got the beers, which
Oh,
it turns
that's
out are broken. But
much
that's
better,
fine.
yeah.
That's
One
okay.
broken beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the label's like holding the shattered glass
Yeah,
together.
we'll
or-
find
Do
out
fear
when we
that it
open it,
might
I
be.
suppose, later on. So
Yeah, but you got 4 right.
4
But
there.
only one is bowed inwards.
Yes.
Interesting.
So far.
Yeah.
Maybe they made up for the structural.
Well, I
it's-
won the first award, so I could have picked from anything, and I just picked these.
Oh, you chose. Was it a table of
It
prizes?
was a table of mainly booze.
Right.
Was that a
Uh,
mystery box?
No, there was 2 lots of these Moretti's from the UK.
Was there a Nintendo Switch too?
That would have been good. Fuck.
I made a huge mistake.
Oh God. No, it was mainly wine. Right. And there were a couple of boxes of chocolates.
Can you imagine if it was a mystery box and it was like a shoebox that they'd wrapped in kind of wrapping paper and make it look nice? You pick it up and it sloshes. It's just
Yeah.
full of wine.
Yeah, it's just a box of...
And it's getting like
shoebox
it's getting like soggier.
Soggier.
Last weekend, I drank most of 2 bottles of wine just for a laugh
Oh,
at home. I went, I'm gonna have a wine to Liz, and then 2 hours later, I'm just chatting over Casualty. Going, the thing about Casualty is
2 bottles
I
of
had a
wine.
great time. let
I'm
me
sure
tell
you
ya.
did, yeah.
And you don't feel as heavy after wine.
Well, I did see you once after you won. Did you win the 5-a-side league? Or just win a game in a 5-a-side
And we drank
league?
a load of wine
You,
afterwards.
you drank a bottle of red wine to yourself.
Red
Really?
wine?
Yeah, red wine.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't really like red wine.
I couldn't drink. I
No.
used to like red wine. I couldn't drink red
It
wine.
hurts my jaw.
Oh,
It does. The back of my jaw hurts when I drink red wine.
that's
That's
interesting.
true.
Wow.
I don't know
It's
why.
very silty, isn't
Yes,
it?
that's
It's,
a
like
good way
it's
of
got like
putting
a
it.
sandy, gritty quality.
There's a sediment component.
Yeah, I would always prefer a cold white.
A cold white. I like a Sauvignon Blanc.
Sure, yeah.
Some people care not for a Sauvignon Blanc. They say it's too dry.
Too dry.
Too dry.
I can believe that. That is quite a dry one.
The best wine I've ever had is called from a winery called Brancott Estate, and it's available in supermarkets. It's very, very nice. If you see the Brancott Estate label anywhere, I would highly recommend you have one of those.
You have a wine.
I have a favourite wine.
I don't have a favourite.
That's the time of life I'm at now.
You have a. I mean, what are we talking? Like a £5 bottle of wine, £7 bottle of wine.
It's not much more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very affordable and
That is
good.
very affordable. That's what matters.
Well, didn't they?
The second cheapest wine.
But didn't they blow the wine industry apart?
Who?
Where-
Brancott Estate?
No, just in like
Bastards!
they famously did like a study, and it was like blind taste testing, and they had
Oh,
world
yeah,
class sommeliers,
Yeah,
no.
and they couldn't tell the difference between like a £5 bottle of wine and a like £70 bottle of wine.
Yeah, yeah.
I love shit like this because there was. Do you remember there was that guy? I think he was on like a This Morning.
I know what you're
kind
going to
of show
say.
or something.
I know exactly what you're going to
And
say.
he was being given sausages, wasn't
Yeah.
he? And wasn't the thing he said he could detect which was a real sausage and which was a vegetarian or vegan sausage.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was under the impression that he was being given a real sausage and a vegetarian sausage.
Yeah. Oh no.
And he ate them both. And he was like,
He's
well,
like, this one's definitely
definitely meat. And then the reveal was they were both
vegan.
vegan,
They both made him look like an absolute prick.
And he was furious
Yeah.
on live TV. It's like a red gammon
It's
man.
very funny.
It's hilarious.
Very funny.
Yeah.
There was
But you're going to set yourself up to be an expert. Expert in wine, expert in sausages.
You've got to get it right all the time, otherwise the people will only remember the mistake.
I'm not sure I could do it, and I consider myself a sausage expert.
Yeah. Yeah.
there was. I think it might.
I can tell a Greg's one, I think, above any others.
Out of
Greg's
the
sausage.
Greg's and a vegan sausage roll.
Any sausage, I think.
Oh, okay.
Just the sausage and a
Oh,
sausage
you
in a
just
bat.
mean you
in a
can just,
breakfast.
you can just identify a Greg's
I
sausage.
think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
But do you ever see a naked Greg's sausage? They're always wrapped in pastry.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
Or a bat.
Yeah.
So I like a Greg's breakfast bap.
Right.
I'd
As
love
do I, very much.
Yes,
sausage.
yeah.
Greg's
Oh, you do
breakfast
see a
bap.
naked sausage.
I
Of
think
course
I
you
think
do.
I could tell that sausage apart from any other.
Every
I'd put my
high
flag on
street
that.
service that offers a breakfast bap does it slightly differently.
Hmm.
Which
Yeah.
is weird, because you'd think maybe that they just grab the same sausages and the same rolls, but nobody does. The Costa one, very different to the Greg's one.
Yeah,
Very different to the
Yeah.
Starbucks one. Starbucks one's weird.
I've never had.
What's
the
special
Starbucks
about,
one.
or not special about, the Starbucks one?
It tastes very strange, and it seems to be cooked in a different way. The bread seems to be rubbery, and it's like lava hot,
Yeah.
like it would kill a man.
Having
They're boiled, aren't they? They're probably boiled.
I think they're boiling.
boiling the coffee.
boiled sausages.
Yes,
Yeah.
boiled in coffee.
Yeah,
That's
and
probably
then
weird.
serve the coffee.
Yeah, having worked at Starbucks, I can say that tasting weird and being very hot is basically
It's like their tagline.
Doing something weird and hot.
Starbucks tastes weird, really hot.
It's like every time I lower myself to have a Starbucks coffee, I'm like,
It's so disappointing.
that's weird.
And sometimes I'm just in a bind where I'm just like, I really want a coffee, and the only really available place is Starbucks. I'm like, even though I've had it countless times, I'm like, how bad can it be? And then I have it, I'm like, this is fucking shit.
It's weird with Starbucks, right? Because I think I've maybe been to Starbucks once in the UK, but when you're in America, they are, and I know it's a cliche, but they are fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
They really are.
You like
Yeah.
can't avoid them, and it's the best, most convenient place to go, like above most other places. You're just like, oh, just go to Starbucks.
What I
Just go
didn't
to
realise
Starbucks.
is Costa is a UK chain.
yes.
I did not realise this.
It took me a long time to work that out.
Yeah.
I like
So
Costa.
there are a handful of Costas abroad, but not as many.
And didn't Costa's land it was like a landmark moment that like Costa got like the majority of the motorway services licenses.
Oh,
And I think
over
that-
Starbucks.
Yeah, and I think that kind of kept Costa having such like a strong presence.
I
versus
so much
Starbucks.
prefer Costa coffee to Starbucks coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is better. I actually really like Cafe Nero.
Yeah, Nero's great.
Nero's good.
Nero's
That's
really
the
good.
thinking man's
There's just
choice,
not
I
enough
think.
of them. No, not enough
Co-
Neros.
Yeah.
Coffee number one.
Yeah,
That's pretty
alright.
good.
I've
That's
had-
a
yeah,
that's a
that's
left
good.
field.
Greg's coffee even.
Yeah, it's
better
very
than
good.
Starbucks.
Cheap
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Very cheap.
Oh no, you're giving me too much change.
I keep saying it to everyone.
Love it.
Greg's branding is unbelievable.
Back in my gluten days, where I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll have a coffee and a donut, please." There you go, sir. And his, oh no, you've given
Here's
me
£228,000 of change. You what?
I only gave you a 50.
Yeah.
Everyone used to bang on about McDonald's coffee as being like, oh my god, it's surprisingly good. And sure, it is. It's fine.
I
But,
don't think I've ever had a McDonald's coffee. Maybe I have.
It's fine. It's good, actually, better than you think. But I don't think enough people talk about Greg's coffee. Cheaper
Yeah.
as well. Cheaper and better.
It's probably a degree of snobbery because you wouldn't want to say that Greg's coffee was really good.
No,
'cause
you
it's
wouldn't.
Cheap.
That's a good point.
That blows it all. That
Yeah.
blows it all apart, doesn't
But now
it?
we're back
So-
to the wine thing again.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I don't
yeah.
think. No, I don't think I could tell any of the coffees apart.
I'll tell you what.
Some
shit-
people would be able.
I
to
could tell
for sure.
Starbucks apart.
Yeah.
All of them.
I go to Soho a lot. Coffee.
Soho's
I've
good.
done a lot of Soho.
Yeah, Soho's
Go
alright.
there. I like where it's placed.
I'll tell you what. Shit. Black Sheep.
I've never been.
That's an awful
Never
coffee.
been.
Really?
It's an
I don't think I've
abysmal-
had that. No.
It's an abysmal coffee. In the
Tell you what's really bad. Great Western Railway. Coffee bag. It was
That's just been near coffee. Harry.
unbelievably bad.
Yeah, it's-
Like, here's the wild thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not that it's lacking in flavour. It's got so
got
much
a
flavour.
awful.
And it's really bad.
It's all bad
an
flavour.
overabundance. It's terrible taste.
It was a bag. It was like a tea bag, but coffee bag. This is a big thing. I
Yeah,
think.
because you mishear her when she says like, "Oh, and here's a cup for you to put your bag in." I was like, "I didn't order a tea."
Yeah.
No, what are you,
Fuck
what are you
you.
talking about?
That's a bit weird.
Yeah. Oh.
The coffee bag.
Yeah, oh my god.
Just means they don't have to grind the beans, right? So they've probably been like treated in some way. These coffee bags, so they like keep fresh.
Yeah.
That makes them taste awful.
because
There's something on 'em.
wonder whether that treatment has failed.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably.
it was
Makes them taste weird.
because then
Didn't really taste like coffee.
no
Really.
the onus is on you to take the bag out at some point, and then you're left with the flavour, and you're like, well, did I overbrew it or underbrew it? I can't.
No way of
I
knowing.
can't tell.
Yeah,
It was quite disappointing.
that's maybe they want to blame you, right? They're like, no, you're the problem.
Yeah.
They put it back on us.
Yeah.
Genius. Fuck.
Bastards.
They played us.
Speaking of like, I don't mind. No, I was
You can
going
do
to
it.
go. I was going
You
to
can
go.
segue. If
We're,
you want,
we're
John.
back.
Oh, we're back.
We're back.
From our huge hiatus.
We've
And
been
here's
on-
the
Hey, we've
reason
been trying to
why.
work out how long it was.
We've been away.
Well,
On and off. I mean, there was illness, and then a show, and then an engagement,
whatever.
like a public engagement. Stuff's been happening.
None of your business.
I bet everyone who listens to this show, the thousands of people are like, it must have been a really big thing they were doing, like a sabbatical from the show.
Yeah.
And the answer is, it wasn't.
No.
Well, or
Or was it?
Well, I mean, there certainly has been some things,
there's been some big things,
but it's been lots of small things rather than one
Yeah.
massive.
One big thing.
I think the
Quit.
first excuse was we were setting up for UK Games Expo.
Yes.
Yes.
The second excuse was I think I was ill.
You were ill, and I was unsure if I could make it in time.
Yeah.
And then you said you were ill, and I got away with it.
Yeah, you got away with it.
So
and then
But now this is it now.
you were ill one. You were ill one.
I think
time.
he was ill in the middle. And
Yes,
you were ill at
yes,
the third
you
We
were.
were
one.
one time. Have we missed 3?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's been a while. It has been a while.
I don't know.
We have
tried
missed
it.
3.
It's been a pretty like rapid and rabid series of events in quite close proximity.
It's been very rabid.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nick and I've just had a very big
Yes.
day out.
A blowout adventure.
Oh, 2.
London town.
Lending.
London town.
Lending.
Is it a good time to mention it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's
As long
talk
as
about
it's
it.
not one of your prearranged.
I mean, it's going to feature a little part of it is going to feature in my
That's
love,
fine.
but that's fine.
Spoilers,
The loves-
yeah.
The loves don't matter.
a follow up. No, nobody gets that far.
Nobody
on this
gets that far. They
podcast.
cut off before that.
But no, but I think this is kind of like it's worth mentioning, if only because it kind of explains some of the stuff.
I don't
that's
know
going
anything
on.
about it.
and you don't know
Well,
anything about it.
I know that you went somewhere.
We had an
I
engagement.
know where you went,
Yes.
and I saw something, but that's it.
So yeah, so it probably hasn't
So
escaped.
I'm hearing this for the very first time.
So it probably hasn't escaped notice of some people listening that
Some.
for the past year and
some
change, Nick and I have been working on a publishing deal.
Yes.
We have a 4-book publishing deal
with Macmillan children's
with
books.
Macmillan Children's Books, and
Macmillan.
it's starting to
Pan Mac, as they
Pan Mac.
inside they call it.
Oh.
Pan, they're Pan Macmillan,
the Panny Max.
and they call it Pan Mac. It's like, hey, we're going to Pan Mac today,
Good.
so
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying it because I want to be like,
Yeah.
in with
You're
them.
part of it now. Yeah.
So
You're part of the problem.
even though
Pan Mac.
we're
Max.
we've just handed in the roughs for book 2,
Yes.
the publicity cycle for book 1
You're gonna
It's
be
ramping up.
is ramping up.
struggling to remember which book you're working on.
This is the problem.
Yeah, this is it's a
Yeah.
concern. Yeah, because book 1 is coming out.
No
in Feb.
spoilers.
Book 1 is coming out in Feb, and by then we will already be drawing book 3.
Yeah.
Yes, which is wild.
You will have probably written book 3 at that point.
You'll be on
God-willing.
telly and you'll be like
Mostly.
Mark Ruffalo giving away things for the next film.
Potentially. Luckily, our story doesn't really have anything like that.
Will be probably like a Gwyneth Paltrow forgetting
She was in Spider-Man.
choosing Spider-Man.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
which is fair. I mean, she's crazy in many
Just
levels.
turned up
but
and
like,
filmed a scene.
She's got a lot of vagina candles to make, right?
Yeah. Yeah. By hand.
Oh no!
damn her minds.
Yeah.
But we've had
Figuratively. obviously.
yeah.
but we've had 2 engagements in the past week.
Fuck yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Fuck
Jesus,
yeah.
Fuck.
Do you want to start in chronological order?
Let's
or?
do that. That
Yeah.
makes the most sense. Saturday gone. We went.
Saturday last.
We went down to London.
London?
Two.
You're in London twice in a week.
I know, right?
You're going to be regular Cockneys.
Cockerney. So
Yeah.
Macmillan have already a hit kids comic series,
Yes.
which we are very much coming up behind of and like trying to
Called?
learn everything from. Called Investigators.
Oh, I've
which
never
is
heard of
brilliant.
it.
It's all about 2 alligators who are also investigators.
That's clever.
But kind of spies, agents, kind of thing. All sorts of hijinks. One's very serious. One's very stupid.
Good.
Classic.
I like it.
dynamic.
This sounds like the best kids book I've ever heard about.
It's brilliant. I genuinely.
now.
Yeah, for now.
so far.
Yeah.
I got to be careful with that. Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
And they wanted us to see the Master in action doing a signing and presenting to
Yes.
an audience of children.
Yes.
Which is something, because
yeah.
he's doing a book tour.
And he's
so
an American man.
Yes,
He is an American man.
He's a New York native,
New York.
Hey,
New York.
I
Hey,
know no
buddy,
one
it
to
says
live in
walk
New
on the side.
and he'd come over for an
That's what he's
8-day.
like.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. He had a bagel in each hand.
I bet he loved that.
Bagels, covered in bagels.
It was a good lad actually.
Yeah.
But he'd done an 8-day Ireland and UK tour, which was really 1 day in Ireland and 7 days in the UK.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
so he was on the last day of this. By the sound of it, pretty like non-stop.
Yeah.
They say like some days he was doing like 3 engagements in
Yes,
a day, which
talking
is kind of
and
And then he
meeting
would
and
be,
greeting.
and then in
Signing
the
and-
afternoon, evening, he would be training to a new location. Then he'd be staying in a hotel. Then he'd be getting up. Then he'd be doing engagements.
Good on him.
Essentially presenting to a sort of seated audience of like 200 kids, and then after that doing a signing.
Good.
And it's just relentless. Like,
and also
And he writes and draws this.
Yeah, he's actually
he's the
he's for real deal.
So he's
Like,
worth both of you.
Yes, he's a lot cheaper to put up as well.
but they have to fly him over from the States,
Sure,
but
yeah.
not us.
Not you, no.
Yeah.
Actually moved to the States.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Not in this climate. But also, like, so we went down to South London,
South of the river. South of the river.
kind of like a bit of like a nice area, kind of.
Yeah, I'd say just like a massive suburban.
Well, it's
Like-
literally called Surbiton.
Yes,
Surbiton,
true.
yeah.
Yes, it was.
And
Maybe
Like
that's
like
why.
a suburb.
we
Like just a
drove
massive
in
suburb.
through Kingston upon Thames,
Sure.
which seemed pretty nice.
That was quite. That was like waterside, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was very like
Let's
boat
go.
clubby.
On the river is very nice.
Yeah.
But then we also
Shame
parked.
it's full of shit, but there we are.
Well, we also parked. Speaking of full of shit, we parked in the worst car park I have ever ever been in.
I was. It
you
was
just said it was a nice area.
I know it was a
well, by the time I got
paradox.
to Surbiton, it got a bit worse. But it was such like. I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I thought one of us is not going to make it. To
Someone's
this speaking
probably
engagement.
died there.
I think honestly,
car
this is
park.
not a joke. I think it's in the process of being demolished.
Yeah.
It might have like weeks to live.
Good.
So you go up the spiral thing, and like
Which
the
is
first
crumbling.
floor is boarded off.
Well, this is it. There's like maybe a 4 or 5 floor multi-story
Yeah.
car park. The bottommost floor at street level, that's open,
Yes.
right? Get onto the spiral. Now every single like off the spiral is blocked
I
off
see.
by like metal fencing.
So it's just the top floor.
and then the
available.
top floor.
Yeah.
So it's top or bottom. That was your choice.
But then you look down through like a hole in the floor,
Which there were
and
plenty
like there were like strip lights just on.
Yeah.
But like
on the ground?
On the ground.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then there was the only staircase down from the top floor down to getting out.
I've never been right.
Piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Astonishing amount of
I've never
piss.
been to a car park though that has a stairwell that doesn't smell of piss.
Well, okay.
Ever.
Yeah. Check fucking mate.
Yeah.
Because neither have I. And yet this one
was bad.
was profound.
Yeah.
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 It was more
was a
piss than
lot.
stairs.
And
I
then
think
like
it was.
yeah.
It was load-bearing piss.
when we parked on this like balcony, what was doubly depressing is that there were some other cars there. But if you can imagine, like two walls of a balcony,
Yeah.
because it's a big flat panel, are just
Sure.
looking out over, open air.
Over Surbiton.
And then one floor is a travel lodge, which appears to be an operational travel lodge,
Good.
but just grim as fuck.
I'm afraid that travel lodge will be quite operational by the time your friends arrive.
And then the other
Star Wars reference.
yeah. I just chose not to laugh.
Yeah.
And then the final side of the square is this
Jesus Christ.
multi-story abandoned building.
Office block.
Yeah, with like shattered windows and like
boards.
chained up doors. It was a
We
thing.
spent a lot of time talking about this car park.
It's
but it
not
was-
lost on me at all
awful.
that we've not got to any of the story yet. We've just talked about a car park for like
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Anyway, you walk about like 10 minutes and it gets quite nice again.
Yes, back into suburban
Good.
dream.
But it
So
was
you met New Yorkman.
New York.
yeah, it was grand. It
John
was
Patrick Green,
He was
legend.
lovely.
Yeah.
We sat and there's like 130 odd kids
Good.
They
and
loved
parents
it. They
having
loved
a
it.
grand old time. He talks for about
Did
an
a bit of
hour.
drawing on
I
stage.
find it surprising in some ways that kids can appreciate like who the author of these things are.
I know, right?
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think this is partly a new thing that's kind of happening with these books, which is that kids, because they're making a lot of books, so he's already got like 9 under his belt. At this
Nice.
point. They want more, and they've cottoned on to the fact that John Patrick Green makes these,
Yeah.
and I like
Good on him.
investigating.
I think that's a good thing.
And I think that the publishers, us included, are leaning into this massively, which
Yeah.
is why we were sent along to this.
Yes.
Because they want us to learn the fucking trade.
Sure.
I think we were being groomed a little bit
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
In a
pick
good
up the
way.
torch.
in a good way. Yeah, exactly. Because they know that because we're UK based, they can do that with us much easier than they can with him.
Sure.
And also, like, it was so hot.
Oh my god.
Like we were
It was.
there, like, you know, shorts, shirt, sweating buckets. Car didn't have air conditioning. The car stank. Nick, you're genius level.
It was Ali's idea, not mine.
You brought a car rag.
Yes,
to wear.
I brought a crap t-shirt that I was wearing.
Oh, I see.
Not an actual rag.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't look like a Cabbage Patch Kid or whatever. But like, I was in a t-shirt I didn't give a shit about. We got to our destination. It was sopping.
Yeah.
Take that off. Put my shirt on.
Yeah.
All fresh and bright and
Lovely.
clean.
And then later
Good
on,
idea.
after
Well,
John,
and you were just sat there sweating in your,
I know,
in
I
your
was,
shirt.
oh fucking hell, yeah. And then after John did his talk, we were like, we were going to get a drink afterwards. So like,
With him, which is cool.
Lovely.
there were 6 of us in total because there was like a few. One of our editors was there and a couple of people from the company. And then they were like, we were going to get a drink.
Yeah. We were like, cool.
And then it's like, does anybody want to like, John and Nick, can you give someone a lift?
Yeah.
And we were like, our car is going to
Yeah.
stink.
And boy, howdy did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was a bonding experience because we drove Louisa, our editor, like
she didn't seem to care.
in our stinky
I
shit.
mean, you know, she probably told all her friends about it afterwards.
She
Yeah.
probably did.
Like,
She's really,
you won't-
Louisa's really cool.
But
And,
she's probably said to them, "We need to get those guys a different car."
oh,
Which
well,
car
I
did
mean,
you take?
Oh hell yeah, I'll
if
say
it works
yeah.
out, it was John's car, so he might
Yeah,
Yeah,
another
yeah.
car.
sweet
yeah.
Maserati with air
yeah.
conditioning out of this.
It was a trade-off
these-
because neither of our cars have air conditioning,
No.
but mine can go through the ULEZ without having to
Yeah,
pay.
well,
So
there you go.
Keep
yeah.
the speed up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we went for a meal.
Mm.
We went for a drink. It turned out it was a meal.
Yeah, we were going to
Yeah.
go for a drink, and they were like, you know what, John, Nick, we arrived, we realised we were super hungry.
Yeah.
It was a weird day because we ate at like 10,
Yeah.
and then it was like 4:30, and we hadn't really had lunch.
It was a
or
weird
something.
between lunch and
Yeah.
dinner
So
thing.
they were like, just order anything you want. And we had a great meal.
Stunner.
It was incredible.
So good.
Yeah.
Then some people did shots.
Yeah, we didn't
Oh
do
well,
shots.
you did tell me this. Yeah.
Yes.
Did one of you do shots?
No.
No.
I thought about doing it.
No, I was driving, and Nick could have done it.
I
but,
could have done
yeah.
a shot, but I wasn't cool enough.
Did your man?
Oh,
He did.
He
He led it.
instigated
He
it.
led the
Yeah,
charge.
he
Oh,
instigated
lovely.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my hero.
I've got
Anyways,
to be honest with you. I'd have been there doing shots.
Yeah, you would.
I can imagine. Yeah,
We
yeah.
thought of you actually.
Yeah.
But no, so that was the big Saturday.
Good.
But then, like less than 5 days later,
Back to London.
Back to London.
Back to London.
and this was
This was a big plan.
Yeah,
one.
this was we
That
knew
other
about
one
this
was a
one. Yeah.
bit last minute.
Fewer shots at this one.
There were
More beers.
There was more beers.
Oh,
though.
good.
Fewer shots. Yeah.
And you got the train this time.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes,
On-
they paid for that.
That's good, isn't it?
Small,
Company
like
guy.
these like small incremental firsts are coming in. Like someone else paid for my
Someone paid
travel.
for
It's
Train,
like
yeah.
other people are used to this shit.
Yeah.
Right? Other people are used to companies paying for them. But like,
I always think it's not legit when it's like, oh, I'm going to get stung here.
Yeah.
They're not going to reimburse me here.
Yeah.
But you get used to it.
Well, I mean, they pre-bought our tickets. We literally
Yeah.
just had we
we
stuck
put
them
them
in and
Yeah,
off you go.
There you go.
But yeah, so
It's like a stunner, that.
that's brilliant.
it turns out that twice a year
Mm.
the publisher has a
Mac.
Panny Max. They have
That's good.
an internal event
Fanny Mac.
called like a launch event,
Like Annie Mac.
It's like
Annie Mac. Yeah,
Annie Mac.
yeah, a lot like Annie Mac.
They call
yeah.
it a launch event, but it's weird because they're kind of launching things that aren't ready to be launched yet.
Pre-launch.
But in the process of how the industry works,
Yeah.
this is the next thing.
But it
big
is
thing.
happening. It's
Oh, yeah,
done and
but it's not
happening.
until February.
So
Yeah.
a launch is more of a PR initiative, right?
It's like the launch of the whole run up
or a
to
B2B
Yeah,
initiative,
like
perhaps.
Yeah.
step zero.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, you are kind of selling the book, but you're not. So we're learning how the organization works. Like with the talent, for lack of a better word. So our point of contact is editorial, but we're discovering that there's marketing
Yeah.
and there's sales,
All
obviously.
of those things.
yeah,
So-
PR and
So
Oh,
who
yeah.
are you launching to?
The sales
so,
team.
so this
Sales
is
teams.
internal. Yeah. So
Right.
for the first time, the first like step zero, as you say, is like all of Macmillan isn't yet fully aware
Sure.
of Tiny Hercules.
Yeah.
So we are going to this event to basically internally tell everyone about Tiny Hercules.
Yes.
And the way they structured that was rather than us standing up on a stage and talking to 300 employees of Macmillan,
Yeah.
it was like a speed dating thing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so they were like scattered on multiple tables.
Yeah.
There were 4 other authors there.
Yes, which is interesting in itself.
Yes, because we didn't know that there would be so few.
No.
Yeah, we could talk about this because this wasn't like every author on their docket. This was like a
No.
selection. So we're very privileged to be.
I knew this bit.
Yeah, we're very privileged to be included in it. So So basically, it was like there was us.
Yep.
There was another guy who was an established children's author.
He did a few books under his belt.
He was really nice. He spoke to him actually. He was
And
really-
he's from this area.
yeah, from he's
The
from
area of Cooltown.
the greater Cooltown area.
Oh, is it? Oh, very
Yeah.
good.
Who'd have thought?
So we chatted to him. So the three of us were representing kind of children's books.
Sure.
But then we had Olympic medalist Victoria Pendleton.
Cyclist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you-
I
yeah,
know. I'm
yeah.
very aware of
She's
Victoria
written a book.
Pendleton.
And she's pivoted hard to horse riding.
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go. He knows.
Yeah.
I knew. Yeah.
So
She
we
was
actually-
very prominent during London 2012.
Ah,
Victoria Pendleton.
there
She was
you
like
go.
one of the poster girls for the Olympics.
We didn't
Okay.
actually get a chance to talk to her, but we weren't next to her.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
So that counts for something.
And then there was this is bad. I've forgotten the names of the next two people, but they were quite
Yes.
accomplished in their respective fields.
One was a stand-up comedian. One was a columnist.
Yes. So
Oh.
so he'd written like the columnist guy had written like very like historical and like literary books, and he had a new book coming out which was about the cultural impact of George Michael.
Oh,
Yeah, he'd gone very specific.
yeah.
And then the stand-up comedian she'd written things for the BBC and like
Yes.
Channel 4 and stuff like that.
And then her book was called Mother Faker,
Motherfucker.
and it was all about being a childless woman
Oh.
in her 30s or whatever.
So like different divisions, like children's, and then like more serious stuff, and
Non-fiction.
then yeah,
and- yeah.
because I think like Victoria
Biography.
Pendleton's was very like inspiring, like
Yeah.
how to
Aspirational
overcome
and inspirational.
Yeah, but the really cool thing is that like what was quite nice about it actually is that like even though I think almost objectively we were the least accomplished or interesting people,
Yeah, in a way, we were the only one of the 5 that were debuting.
Sure.
In
The
a
the
way.
others had done something.
yeah, they were all
before.
established. Basically.
Well, you've not done it. You know what I mean.
No, but
Not
what
that
was-
you've not done anything, but they've done something quite world famous.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
many
Yes,
ways.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're names.
Bigger
yeah,
fish,
yeah.
sure.
So what was nice is that we
But that's very telling in a good way.
I think so.
That
yeah.
you're being put forward with that kind of company.
It felt
I
like
would
that.
say.
I
Yeah.
think so too. Yeah.
No, it's cool because like they, we got there a little early so we could spend an hour catching up with our editors, and then it was really nice. They took us up to the lovely offices.
Yeah.
very modern, very
Very
Londony,
stylish.
and they took us to the refectory, so they had beers and wine
Beautiful.
and
There was pizza.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pizza pie.
mingling.
There was mingling.
Did you have some beers?
We met the MD of Macmillan Children's Books.
Oh.
Yeah, she
was
saw us
awesome.
out, which is
Yeah.
quite nice.
Yeah, she was really cool.
Yeah.
She was really nice, and everyone was asking like all the right questions,
Good.
and
Gave a shit.
And the idea was that, like, and what was really cool is that, like, when the mingling was like, someone chinks on a glass, and,
Yeah, yeah.
they hold up a microphone, and
Ding ding.
They-
Everyone's attention, please.
so someone spoke and talked about everyone who was here, like
Yeah.
for a couple of minutes, and they even gave us a really nice. They even explained who we were, and it was like really nice.
Yeah, we had like a
'cause-
little intro. After I think was mentioned.
Oh.
Cat were
Yeah.
mentioned.
Very good.
yeah, and it was
Proper
just
look.
yeah, because even though we're like the weird outliers, they made us feel like we kind of mattered.
They still
which was
just
quite
treated
nice.
us like they treated the others.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which I guess they would, because in their
Yeah,
eyes,
yeah.
we're not the weird outliers.
I bet a load of people have gone home and Googled you.
That would be cool.
That's
I bet you.
actually that's actually true. Yeah.
Fair point. That might have happened.
Betcha. Victoria Pendleton's probably at home Googling John Locke, Nick Angel.
Who,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
are these fuckers?
these-
I must destroy them.
I remember
destroy them.
London 2012.
quiet buttercup.
yeah, she's got quite a lot of Olympic gold medals.
yeah.
Victoria
If she
Pendleton.
puts them in a pillowcase.
Yeah, well,
Oh my
she'd
God,
beat
yeah.
to death with those.
What's she doing with these horses? Is she like competitively racing them now?
The
Is that
horses
a
ride
thing?
bikes.
She has, yeah. That would be
She's
smashing
training
that.
horses to ride bikes.
She's taken off their legs.
She's going to do the
And
first
they're on
equine
wheels
Grand
now.
National.
Well,
Wait,
she has definitely ridden horses in
Grand
a
National
race.
is horses.
Ah, right.
Definitely.
Olympic-
It might have been an amateur race. No. It might have been an amateur race.
but she's getting into being
I
jockey,
think that's the idea.
jockey
yeah.
I
territory.
mean, a horse is really just a flesh bike.
That's what God says. That's in the Bible, I think.
Good.
Yeah.
Flesh bike.
Flesh bike.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. A horse is just a flesh bike.
Yeah.
Great.
There we are.
Yeah.
That's the name of a book, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's not. It's
Very,
not.
very tasteful portrait of her, and just like in all caps, a horse is just a flesh bike.
Right. She's just her thinking.
Oh my god. Yeah, and then we had to sell Tiny Hercules speed dating capacity. We had 8-minute windows to talk about it.
And they played the countdown theme tune.
Did they?
Yeah.
And then we had to move on. And it was like,
Nice.
It was like our editors were like kicking us out of the chairs, like, "You gotta go."
Well, that doesn't shock me.
Yeah,
particularly.
and we're like mid-flow.
Yeah.
Because-
No, I've only explained one bit.
Yeah.
I've never felt. Well, no, there must have been some instances, but like they did really make you feel special because like there was a lot of like people fussing around us. You know,
Yes.
people going like, "You have to be here now," like
Yeah.
you know, like
We're being told where to go. And,
Well, you're VIPs in this
Yeah.
context.
and they were getting us drinks.
You need to get used to this, I think.
beer.
I think you,
Beer just kind of turned up in my hand, which
Yeah.
was quite nice.
Constant
so.
beer delivery.
I think you need to get used to this kind of treatment
I think getting used to it is dangerous, but yes, also it's going to happen.
in a good
Yeah.
way.
I'm going to get very.
I mean, when this podcast is long defunct, people are going to come back to this episode. You'll be living in New York, and I'll still be in my house. That old lock place gives me the creeps.
the old lock place.
I feel like, why are you still here?
Yeah,
I have nowhere else.
nowhere else to
You
go.
come into an abandoned house
Yeah.
to record a podcast.
John's just donated it to me.
Yeah.
I don't need it anymore.
The old lock
Take the keys. I
Yeah.
don't need them. Yeah, all right. Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
right, fine.
But yeah, and then they got the train home, and a guy got kicked off the train
Oh,
in Reading
being abusive.
for being abusive.
That sounds
so.
about right.
Yeah.
I bet he'd had
And,
as many beers
He's
as you
probably
had.
he's probably still there.
Yeah.
And then we came home. I got home at midnight.
Midnight, was it?
Yeah, it was a late one.
Woof!
It was a late one, and then up at crack of ass to.
Crack of the ass.
I had a meeting at like 10:30. I had to
Oh,
get in for that. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad it was successful.
it was grand. I mean,
Did you have good feedback from,
The
whoever was
editors.
there? Well,
They
whoever,
haven't
anyone.
quite gotten round to the next round of feedback yet, but they're saying nice things.
Well, I mean, on yesterday, really.
Oh,
If they told you it was good.
well, we grabbed a Swift half with our editor
Yes.
on our way out, which was quite nice.
Yes.
Although the bar appeared to be having some kind of localized power cut.
So everything wasn't cold.
Yeah,
Which is
Oh,
weird.
well, room
And the
temperatures.
taps didn't work.
Well,
yeah.
apart from that, though.
And then we saw some bottles, and we were like, "Can we have those bottles?" And they're like, "Well, they're warm. We do have gluten-free Peroni."
And that's cold. We're like, is it a beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, is it cold on a beer?
Yeah.
Gluten-free doesn't bother me.
Turned out it was a beer and it was cold, so that's
Well,
fine.
that's fine.
And it only tastes slightly not like Peroni.
Good.
It's quite close to actual Peroni.
Well, that's fine.
so-
It didn't taste like a Great Western Railway coffee,
No.
which is something.
No.
There you go, then.
Yeah.
And they were
And-
happy. Well, there we are.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was cool. It was.
What a time.
I guess we're still kind of buzzing a little bit from that. Yeah.
Kind of massively, actually.
There you go.
First time it's starting to feel pretty fucking real.
Well, it's going to ramp up, I guess, now.
Yeah.
You're going to be, like,
Yeah.
doing these kinds of things,
Well-
launching the book, being on the internet. You know, kids are going to be going, what the fuck's this? At Christmas.
That's
and
not
that
very good, is it,
What the
Mother?
fuck is this? This isn't investigators, is it?
Yeah, this isn't.
I may be
investor
young, Mother,
alligators.
but I wasn't born yesterday. I know
Yeah.
shit when I read it.
Yeah. Why is this tiny man so strong?
This is derivative at best.
They've stolen Greek mythology.
And stuff like that, you know.
That's that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the British Museum.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
What I love is starting to understand how the company works and starting to understand the or identify the really cool people who have the power to do things.
Yes.
Like there's one in particular who is incredible, and she always has a notebook because she's always planning.
But no matter what, even if it's a social engagement, she's always got
always
the notebook.
planning.
She's
Yeah.
always got the notebook.
And this isn't like idle planning, like shit
is proper,
happening.
yeah.
Because we were just
Probably got an
pass-
idea from just
Yeah.
watching you.
You'll just be having a throwaway conversation.
yeah, we just passed by her because we were being ushered.
breathe near her.
We were being
Yeah.
ushered to get pizza,
Yes.
like being
Told to
forcibly
get-
Look
told
at the
to
way
get
they
pizza.
go get pizza.
Yeah.
I'm
Very-
impressed.
And she was like, "I've got you."
Idea for a book about, you know, a pizza clock.
pizza
a
book.
clock that's also pizza.
Well,
so
she
you
just-
eat as the hour goes past, but nobody gains weight.
But she just casually
good.
said
That's
as
a
we were
good
walking
idea for a
past, like, "Oh, by the way, I've got you your first public engagement, like meeting the
Book's
public."
not fucking out yet.
Yeah.
Oh. What, as in signing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
well,
like
does
the
that
one we
then?
went to for John
Yeah,
Patrick.
yeah. And we were like, "Cool." And she's like, "Oh yeah, we'll talk later." It's like, "Okay, grand."
Yeah.
See you later.
But you were chatting to her about something totally innocuous, not business.
Yeah.
She just mid-sentence, John's just saying something like, you know, about his life or whatever. She's writing in a notebook. It's like, what the fuck are you writing?
What are you
Yeah,
writing?
what
Let
are
me
you
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to
Is that
wrestle
my
that
account number?
Yeah.
How'd you have that?
I should get my pin.
Why have you just written sucker?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
I've just written cuck.
It says room.
Cancel book 4.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's very surreal.
Very
It is
good.
surreal. It's a new world. We haven't
I'm
seen
going
this
to turn
world
up to one of your book signings.
before. You better do. I'm counting on it.
And
And then you're going to heckle.
I want to cause a scene.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
You're going to dress
Nice.
like a little boy, though, with like a propeller hat on.
Yeah, I'll get my propeller hat.
Get your propeller
yeah.
hat.
Yeah.
Well-
That's readily accessible.
Yeah, like
Well, I would like a free copy for the boy. That would be my only
Easy, mate.
My only request.
if there was
would be
ever
that.
a lad who's going to get quite special treatment
Yeah,
regarding
that's-
this
it's
project,
well, that's good
yeah,
to know.
yeah.
Definitely.
I'm trying to think about the timeline. I mean, like by the time book 4 is out, he might be.
4 will be end of
Well, that's the thing.
2026.
Yeah.
He will obviously somewhat grow up with these books available to him.
Yeah,
That's what's weird.
Should be nice.
He'll almost be like the same age as the series.
Yeah.
yeah. He's going to grow. Wow, that's
Yeah.
the thing, isn't it?
He'll
Yeah,
grow with it.
yeah.
This will be his Harry Potter.
And then when we do the next story, which is like for slightly older kids,
Yeah.
that'll be for him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll just keep making older and older content for Jacob.
He's never going to escape.
Yeah. He'll be 40.
Our
and
clutches.
This
he'll be
terrible
40 and it's like,
burden, yeah.
stop writing now.
No!
Stop.
For Jacob!
It's book 36.
For Jacob!
Listen to your cyber uncles.
Hercules is just there. I'm tired. No.
We won't let him die.
Yeah.
There's only 12 tasks from book 53. I can't keep doing this.
He does like books, though.
Does like
He
books.
does like books.
Started him well.
Bless him. I was reading to him earlier.
Yeah.
You know. My bookie work, Russell Brand. Can't read that anymore. Been cancelled, that guy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Justifiably.
For
Yeah.
good reason. Kind of makes you look back at all his past stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah. It kind of makes you realise that we always knew.
Yeah, I think we kind of did.
Yeah.
It was always there.
No, I'm sure a
Just the
bad man
worst.
wouldn't have embraced Jesus.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good.
Just the worst.
Hey, do you remember when the show had a format?
No.
No!
Not really.
Yeah.
I'll do it if you want.
Well, hang
Go
on,
on, then.
I'm going to just roll over to where the beer lives.
Oh, yes. Well, there's a bit...
the
bottle
that's going to explode, or...?
Well, I mean, it might. That is the.
Well,
That is
you're
the
very
one.
welcome to try it.
Do you want to do it away from me?
Yeah. Oh,
that is distressing.
it's quite dented, isn't it?
I mean, like, it hasn't exploded yet.
But if the bottle was already like that, then the liquid won't
We
be
know
under
who to
any
go to
greatest
if it
pressure.
does explode.
But if it wasn't, then that's going to explode.
It's impossible.
It's surely impossible, right?
Right, okay, well, like... Well, maybe after this beer it will seem like a good idea to open that beer. Right, okay.
Oh,
Get back to
okay.
my mic. Who has a hate?
Yeah, go
Chris,
on.
go on.
Come on.
My hate
Slug.
Here we
is...
go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. I'll say that again, please.
I said community WhatsApp groups.
Here we go.
Here we go. He's
Part
back.
5.
We're back. Yeah, part whatever the fuck this is.
The Newt saga.
So it's actually been quite quiet recently.
Oh.
And there's been a lot of things that I've actually not disagreed with or found humorous
Ah.
or whatever.
You do share us periodic screenshots.
Well, this is get ready.
Here we go. Buckle
Because
up,
that's a
dickheads.
follow up to that. However, recently, this month, we received a couple of interesting messages,
Okay.
which I'm going to share with you now.
Oh, please.
So, 12th of June. Hi. If anyone sees/finds, same thing, a small tortoise, fucking Christ,
A tortoise.
in the field, could you let me know? Thanks.
So he thinks there's tortoises out here now.
And the wheels are in motion.
Here we go.
The wheels
We're
are
off to
remote.
the fucking races.
There's a missing tortoise in the area.
Missing tortoise. Everyone stop what you're doing.
How the tortoise is outrun him, I don't know. I didn't ask.
Okay.
But we're in. Right.
tortoise?
So this obviously sets off a chain of events and a chain of chat
Sure.
Yeah,
that becomes
no doubt.
increasingly fucking ridiculous as
doubt,
these
no
things
doubt.
tend to. How long's it been missing, mate? I'll walk dog in a minute. We'll have a good look.
Good look for tortoise.
Well, to be honest, he had a night out of his run Tuesday. This is Thursday. And I've got a feeling the foxes might have got hold of him.
Oh, it's the
Those foxes are back.
With their scissors.
Those foxes are back, notoriously looking for tortoises.
And they're
the
very good
foxes.
at burying the evidence.
Yeah,
Foxes.
foxes, yeah.
Covering their own tracks.
But you never know. And then Tony gets involved. Fucking Christ. Tony's the Newtman.
Newtman.
Uh,
Tony
no,
Newtman.
He's probably dug himself into overnight.
What?
If a Mediterranean species.
What?
So here's a man who knows his
Yeah,
reptiles
he knows
and
what- he knows the different types
amphibians.
of tortoises.
Yeah.
He not only knows, he knows what a Mediterranean tortoise.
I don't know what he's dug himself into, but if he may be a Mediterranean. Tony's not basing this on anything.
This is a really
He's just speculating that it may be a Mediterranean
This is a
tortoise.
really wild assumption. Like if someone said like I've lost my tortoise, I wouldn't go and like Wikipedia.
I wouldn't say. Well, if it's a Mediterranean one, he probably is underground by now.
I would imagine the owners would know that. If
It's
you-
not a.
It's a Mediterranean digging
And he
tortoise.
starts giving us a reptile lesson.
Here we go.
I'll keep an eye out. Normally they go for cover at night, so could be anywhere. Thanks.
Thanks, that's really helpful. I mean, it also could just be anywhere, generally.
Yeah.
It's an escaped fucking tortoise.
And then, oh my, I mean, I've not properly read all of this, so this is coming
Well,
to you
it's
live.
kind of-
Wow, this is great content. Yeah.
He was tight against a plant in the garden, half buried, but when I went out in the morning, all the ground was disturbed.
Maybe by foxes.
So did we just,
And he's put a thumbs up emoji. Seems weird.
did we
That
just,
is very weird.
we just left? Did we leave the tortoise out overnight? What's going on? I don't.
The tortoise was in his run overnight and is now
Right.
missing.
He
got
somehow
out
got
the
out.
run.
He got out. Well, we don't know.
Fuck, maybe
He might just be under the run. If he's a
If he's a
Mediterranean
burrower,
species.
yeah.
Mediterranean
If he's a
burrowing tortoise.
Mediterranean species, he's probably just under it.
Yeah. How fast can a tortoise burrow? He could be 6 meters deep. at
Way
this point.
faster than it can walk. I've heard. It basically, you know how breakdancers spin on their head?
Yeah.
It does that, but it spins on its shell,
Yeah.
drills straight down, straight to the centre of the earth.
Yeah. I saw footage on online earlier of a burst electrical main which was melting tarmac and it looked like lava bursting out of the ground.
Oh my
That's
God.
That's a lot like how tortoises burrow.
Mediterranean burrowing
Yeah.
tortoise.
Only if they're Mediterranean, obviously.
Oh, indeed. Sorry. Yeah. No. A Galapagos tortoise would just be lost.
So then the next reply is because
From-
the ground's pinned Tony again. Still worth keeping an eye out. Foxes aren't too bad. Badgers would be worse.
Oh,
my
if
badgers.
they're
There's
still around.
badgers.
Really sorry to hear.
What's this petri dish of a field where every creature on Gog's green earth
Now-
is?
2 by fucking 2
There
onto
are-
the ark, isn't it?
There are foxes. We've established there are foxes because they cut the nets up.
Oh,
We know
yeah.
that previously
Yeah.
with scissors.
Foxes
Yeah.
with scissors.
We know there are foxes.
Roving
They're
band.
crafty.
That's
Crafty.
known.
Yeah.
That's known.
But I've never
Badgers?
seen one with a tortoise in his mouth.
Badgers with spades.
I've never seen a badger. Badgers with spades. I've never seen a badger in that field. Never.
No.
Not once.
Well, to be fair,
I've seen more newts than I've seen badgers.
visual evidence doesn't seem to matter to this guy.
No.
Because we haven't seen foxes or newts either.
It could be a Scandinavian badger. We don't know.
You could leave if you wanted to stir the pot. You could buy a nutcracker, leave it in the field.
Yeah.
Tony, they're organising.
Tony, 4 nutcrackers scattered equally around the field. Tony.
The foxes are getting wise.
So this continues. Is he still alive?
The
Well-
tortoise.
Someone's message.
Who would ask that?
Is he still alive? He goes, well, he was last time I saw him.
Yeah, I mean,
missing.
they haven't found him yet.
He's missing, Diane. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, then he goes, not sure about now. So
Oh,
it's like, well, that's
no.
right. He's
Yeah.
lost. We know. You
we
don't
know
know because he's lost.
God.
Jesus.
Oh, sorry. I thought by your message earlier you had found him in the garden. No.
That's not even slightly what I
No.
got from that.
And then it's, no, mate. He had a sleepover in the garden,
What I love to think about this
but was
is
gone
that
in the morning.
this chat that's going on with unnecessary numbers of messages is all just pinging on Chris's phone.
Oh,
Ding,
I've
ding,
archived
ding,
this chat
ding.
now. So I see archived one, and I'm like, what now?
No, you got it. It's
I
not
know what
working
it
then.
is.
It's not working.
Can
The
you
archives-
leave? I've never archived a chat. How
Neither
does
have
that
I,
work? Yeah.
You just archive it, but
What
usually
you keep saying that like
you-
that means anything.
well, you
Like-
highlight it and you press archive.
Okay,
I don't
grand.
know how to be any clearer than
Okay,
that.
no, I'm glad we've come on this journey.
I don't know how to
together.
be any clearer.
What does that do?
That puts it into a different folder, which is essentially hidden.
out of your way. Out
But
of your
But
way.
then if you get these chats are normally dead chats, right? That you would
Right.
archive. This one is still very much, let me tell you,
kicking and screaming.
active. So it comes up archive 1, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be that.
So I love the idea that you sort of archived it to get it out of your
But it's
sort
still
of grill.
there.
But
If
it's
anything,
getting,
it's more
it's getting
useful.
up
Still
in your
get
grill
updates,
now.
yeah.
Next one. There was a small dead fox cub in the field this morning. No outward signs of cause of death.
You should
Who
say.
is this? Is that the fucking fox detective?
So it's tortoises, mate.
But that's what they're implying. It could have been
tortoise
from eating a tortoise.
What, it ate the tortoise and died? A fox cub ate a tortoise?
I thought you suggested the tortoise had gone on a rampage and ripped its throat out.
I
or
much
something.
prefer that.
Now, this is a sidebar. This is the same message from the same person. This is a sidebar. A few days prior to this... a few days prior to this...
Allergic to tortoises.
Someone had messaged going, there's a den outside in the field that the kids have built themselves. There's a little den. It's very nice. It's fine.
Do we know the badgers didn't build that?
I
No,
thought you
but-
meant like
but
a fox.
Literally
Yeah.
3 days
Yeah.
before. It's like, oh no, the den has been ransacked. Oh, what a mess. Unbelievable. I'll send all the kids out to see that everything's all right. So anyway,
Fast forward back to present.
fast forward back to where we are. Oh, and we did check out the den. It hadn't been trashed. The children had just left it like that.
Great.
So that was that.
So not a story then.
There we go.
It was the badgers.
17th of June, 5 days later, after this thread, Terence the travelling tortoise has returned. Found in my next door neighbour's garden.
They haven't gone that far.
There you go.
Never went in the field.
So he never went in the field.
Brilliant.
He was next door for the whole week.
Foxes didn't get him.
So
badgers didn't get
who
him.
killed that fox cub?
No outward signs of cause of death.
The kids.
It probably was
Also-
the kids. It probably
Also,
was the
found
kids.
in the neighbour's garden. Was he burrowing?
Yeah, well, we don't know.
Was he deep, deep,
You don't-
deep,
we don't.
deep,
We
deep
don't.
underground?
I never found out if he was a Mediterranean species or not.
Found in a neighbour's garden, 20 foot straight down,
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
spewing molten
He was under
rock.
the foundations.
This magmatic tortoise.
It's just. Oh, it's just. I've got nothing to say in that group. It's
Do
just
you ever post?
no.
You're just a
Why don't you leave?
spectator.
Thing is, now I'm at a point where it'll be someone will turn up at my house again, going, "Oh, notice you left the group,"
Really?
and then probably, or someone will say to me out in the field.
Oh,
out
what
there,
if you do?
Yeah.
So you're just trying to limit any drama.
Why did you? I archived it, and I thought that would be enough. But
This was like the
no, not so much.
It's like the neighbourhood watch racket.
Same, exactly
Yeah.
the same. But except that the neighbourhood watch literally turned up at my door and asked why I
Yeah.
left the group.
Do you get a neighbourhood watch visitor?
No, never.
No, neither do we.
No.
They've left me alone now. But this one, it'll be like, oh, how come you left the group when I'm out in the field walking the dog? And it's like, well, because all the tortoise and the fox and the badger talk and all the newt talk and all the...
Yeah, Mediterranean
rest of it.
burrowing tortoise talk.
I mean, what? Oh,
Tortoise.
if it was a Mediterranean species, it may have done... I mean, what kind of response is that?
I'd love to just
to
be
someone
the,
losing their tortoise.
No, I'd love to just be the person who next posts in and says, if it's a Indonesian tortoise, they do have a 7-foot vertical leap.
Yeah.
Like,
Could be on the roof.
could be on the roof.
Could be on the roof.
Yeah, it could have propelled itself vertically onto a flat roof.
There
Have
he
you
is.
checked your flat roof?
There he is.
Yeah, it's like Gamera, the
Yeah.
giant Godzilla beating tortoise.
It's just one thing after another.
I
Of
lo-
inane. Oh, just
The need for this
bullshittery,
guy-
shithousery.
to prove that he knows stuff about animals is seemingly quite profound. Like, he really wants you to
He
know
wants everyone to know that he
that
likes
he knows about tortoises
reptiles and
fucking
all those
foxes and
things.
newts. And...
We did find a slow worm though.
Oh!
That was one of his. Jacob picked one up,
I mean, they're
a
everywhere.
slow worm. So he was right about that.
Dashy's brought half a slow worm.
Really? I've the only time I've seen a slow worm in person is in Cheltenham. Sorry, Cool Town. Oh no, we
Fuck!
doxed
We're,
ourselves.
it
we're
out.
screwed. They're going to be at the front door next.
Yeah, and it was behind where we used to live. House of Trouser.
Don't name that street.
Yeah.
Street.
Yeah, well, to be fair, he was right about that. I didn't see the slow worm, but I was reliably informed. Jacob picked one up.
I'm
so-
always quite amazed by how snake they are.
Yes.
See what I mean?
Yeah, they do look
Yeah.
quite a lot like
'Cause
snakes.
with the name, you'd think it's just a big earthworm or something, but it's like silver.
It's kind of mad. Like they're called slow and worms, which are both
Neither of which are
inaccurate
true,
yeah.
descriptions.
We're
Yeah.
fast, snake-like beings.
I think it's because like our cross section of creatures in the UK is so boring. And
Yeah.
You know all of them. But when you do see something which is like out of
Actually,
the ordinary,
yeah.
like Jesus Christ.
Because almost everything we have is a hedgerow creature. Isn't
Yeah.
it? It's like anything that you'd find in a hedge.
Yeah. We're
Which I guess is
exclusively in this country.
I've never
We're
seen
the only country that has hedges. Natural hedges.
Hedges.
I'm
Is that true? I can believe that. I can
sure,
believe that.
Sure.
Yeah. But I've
We're the only country that grows raspberries, right?
Really?
And blackberries, I'm sure. we
I'm
are.
sure that's true for blackberries. I wasn't sure it was
there
true
must be
for
some
raspberries.
French. Le
you reckon?
raspberry.
Yeah, exactly. Le raspberry.
Oh, you convinced me with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't think of that, did you?
Sorry, John.
No, you're right. No, dickhead. Yeah. I've
Le
never,
he says to me, Le raspberry, like I should fucking know.
I can't dispute it.
I've never seen a UK native snake.
Adder?
Adders.
No,
yeah.
I've never
never
seen.
seen- oh, I
I've
see.
never seen one. Yeah,
They
they're
live
like,
round here.
I don't
you-
think I've
you-
seen one in the wild.
They're up the hills.
you.
I don't think I have.
No.
They're up the hills.
Up the hills.
Hills
Have you
that
seen
w-
them?
Have
Because
you
they're green,
seen
aren't
one?
they?
No, but I have been told. I've walked into a field in one of the hills, the 3 hills round here, and someone's gone to me. There's a snake in this field. Just watch out.
Just the one,
Because with
yeah.
the dog.
Snakes are fucking weird, man.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're definitely around.
What happened there? Because like,
What happened there, mate?
because like evolution, right?
Yeah.
It was like let's give these living things limbs so they can walk about. Not this one. This one can just wiggle a bit. They
Yeah.
can get about that way.
I always think evolution happens to most animals, but then some animals
Happens less too.
yeah, but some animals even when they shouldn't have been kept fucking. And
Oh,
that's why
yeah.
they never evolved. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're just like, oh no, we're just doing it. We're just
They never let natural selection take its course.
no, we're just let's just do it anyway. Fuck it. Let's
Yeah.
just,
We are horribly unequipped for this awful world.
Yeah.
But let's keep fucking.
Just keep fucking.
Yeah. It's
Don't
like,
worry about it.
It's never a race towards perfection.
Top shaggers.
It's just like. It's just literally sometimes if you're not the shittest, that's enough to survive.
yeah.
So like why don't we just do away with legs? Oh, I guess we're not dying immediately. Let's
Yeah.
just keep doing it.
And I guess that's why we have the
Like
appendix.
snakes have done well, to be fair to them.
But a slow worm,
Remarkably.
Yeah.
but a slow worm is not a snake. It's a legless lizard.
Is that right?
That's true.
They are more
When-
scaly. In a
When
way.
does a legless lizard become a snake?
Quite.
No, I think it's like
very
it's basically
profound,
at a
isn't it?
very early point in development they kind of split. So very, very long time ago, you had snakes and you had lizards, and then at a much later point, some lizards were like, "We're going to lose the legs as well," and so they
Selfish pricks.
they became slow worms, and they're not snakes. And I think the difference is that I think if you X-rayed them, they still have like a pelvis. or something
How
like
could
that.
that have ever been more effective than not having legs?
But worms exist.
True.
So it's a niche.
But if you started, it's like I can understand it with a snake. 'Cause if you start from the point that you haven't got legs, but you've managed to crack the fuck on, then fine, I get it. But if you have been having legs,
surely
Why
you're getting
lose them?
killer results.
yeah,
like
still better results than
smashing
the
those KPIs.
snake. Definitely, the KD ratio is through the roof.
Yeah.
right. You can
Unreal.
escape. You can escape. You can move in ways
Yeah.
that seem agile. Right.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, tell you what, let's sack these off.
And why is it that that's the only lizard in this country?
We
A slow worm.
That's
It's
a
a
really
Newton
good.
lizard?
That's a very good question.
No, a
actually.
Newton amphibian,
we
isn't
don't
it?
have many.
There are many lizards. They live in hot countries.
I think
Yeah.
that's probably why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe these ones lost their legs because they wanted to like slither around in the wet.
Yeah.
Wet.
Well, that's the thing. Because you
Like,
get
I don't like it here.
because you
On
get
the
like
Costa del Sol.
because you get like biological niches. So it's kind of like
Hi, I'm biological niche.
Hi, I'm biological. Ladies. Because like in most environments which are kind of like warmish, there's often like a small furry creature, roughly the size of like a rabbit,
Yeah.
that just forages.
And that's there for the lizards to eat.
Yeah, particularly those like leaping lizards. I've got the legs that the other ones left behind.
What, the ribs?
The roof
Yeah.
tortoises.
Yeah.
The
So
roof
the
tortoise,
niche is that there's a role in an ecosystem for a small furry foraging thing, which is roughly the size of a rabbit.
Yeah.
So in the UK we have rabbits. In America they have like gophers.
Yeah.
And then in like Australia they have like some weird marsupial creature.
Australia's just full of mad shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like half spider, half
Yeah.
guinea pig.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Good day, boys. That's a screaming Kanuchi
A
Warapia
platypus must be Australian originally, right?
Yeah, but that's a
Must be.
that's a monotreme.
That's a mad.
That's
thing,
not
isn't it?
platypus.
marsupials. They give birth to an embryo, which then
put it in a
leaves
pouch.
the hatch.
Nice.
and crawl. Nice.
What a delicate way of putting it.
But then crawls into a secondary hatch to go through like a second incubation.
I see.
Double
Imagine
baked.
crawling out into the world as an embryo
Yeah.
and then getting back into another slot.
Yeah, because folks don't talk about this, but like
And
when
knowing to do it.
because when a kangaroo first gives birth to a joey, it's like an inch long and it looks like a
Slug.
pink blob,
And it
goes-
climbs
goes
up
in
the
the pouch.
front,
and it crawls up and goes in.
up the mons.
Yeah.
So sorry.
And
Isn't that incredible though? Like instinct wise, knowing to do that, even though you're
yeah,
a blob.
that is kind of fucked. And then a
mad, isn't it?
monotreme is a mammal that lays an egg.
Yeah.
So,
That's what a
Why is
platypus
it still a mammal if it's laying an egg?
well, they're not mammals. I'm
simplifying.
fucking with it, but it's basically like
A platypus lays an egg.
A platypus lays an
yeah,
egg.
yeah. So monotremes are what is effectively a warm-blooded furry creature that lays eggs, and marsupials are warm-blooded furry creatures that
Have a pouch.
do this kind of secondary.
Yeah. And a platypus
A platypus.
is because a beaver and a duck did it, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there's such a thing as a duck-billed platypus, are there other kinds of platypuses?
Yeah. There's
Platypi.
Platypenises.
yeah. There's
Cuck-billed platypus. I'll watch.
Oh no.
I'll watch the beaver and duck fuck, but I don't get to join in. Oh man,
oh, there it is.
there it is.
Oh, sorry. Hello, Macmillan. Yeah, no, the deal's off. Yeah, no,
Yeah, no, that's-
absolutely.
they-
yeah,
they don't
fair.
listen to
Yeah,
this.
understandable.
They can't listen to this. They can't find out how we are. Oh my god.
Yeah. So an interesting one is in New Zealand. You know, kiwi.
Yeah,
sure,
The bird with
yeah.
a long beak.
The fruit.
Yeah, bird with a long beak. So that is a bird which has filled the niche that the little rabbit creature normally
I
would have
see.
done. So if you ever see a kiwi, which sadly we didn't when we went to New Zealand.
That's a shame.
It's
There are
all
rabbits
the
everywhere.
lizards ate them all.
That's right.
I don't. Oh, I'm going to say
Can't
something
eat the
stupid
beak,
now.
though.
I'm
The
going to say
beak's
something
a spike.
stupid now. Do they have lizards in New Zealand?
They might not.
They might
it's
not.
warm there, though, right?
Yeah, but they
Prime.
don't
lizard
have
territory.
mammals. They have,
Weird shit.
they have marsupials and.
Does New Zealand not have any mammals?
Well, technically, Australia didn't have any mammals until humans
I
brought like
know that.
cows there and shit,
That's why they don't like frogs being
and rats.
taken
And,
there
yeah,
on The Simpsons.
I knew that we'd brought shit, but I didn't realise they didn't have fucking mammals. That's wild.
yeah. I don't think so.
That's,
yeah, no.
That's a great fact.
Yeah,
I'll wheel that one out.
birds though. They've
Birds,
got the
well,
air,
they can
they've got the air,
fly.
mate, haven't they?
They
Yeah,
must have
loving it,
mammals
haven't
in
they?
New Zealand now,
Yeah,
like a dog.
dog and cats and yeah.
A dog and a cat.
But I think this is part of like the contrast because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know. But yeah. So the weird thing about kiwi is that they burrow, they live underground, and they're
Oh, like tortoises.
yeah, like
Yeah.
a lot like tortoises.
like
well,
the
you know,
Mediterranean tortoises.
Yeah,
Only
yeah,
Mediterranean
Mediterranean tortoises. Yeah.
Underground.
But their feathers are becoming furry,
Oh,
so they're kind
see.
of turning into
That's good.
mammals because they're
You don't see a lot of evolution now. I don't think.
well,
Well,
we're,
it happens over millions of
yeah,
years.
we're watching it. That's the
Yeah,
problem. Yeah,
but since I was born,
Sure.
and I've seen a lot of it
No, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of it.
in
Yeah.
the last 21 years.
I think there's some examples where they've seen some changes happening. But you know, if you just keep watching, you'll make some. You can report back. You know.
Yeah, no, I'll let you know.
No, keep an eye out.
I'll keep an eye on
What are
it.
you talking
Especially
about?
on-
You've witnessed foxes learning how to use scissors.
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, well, I have seen that.
that is
yeah.
you should write a paper on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they cut that one bit of gold net. A fox doesn't. No. A fox,
No.
even if a fox could learn to use scissors, it wouldn't be so reserved to just do one bit.
I would absolutely love Chris to write a paper on foxes, right? Cutting gold nets with scissors, and then he has a photo at the top, and it's just like one of you and me in a fox mask, naked with some scissors in a field at night
Yeah.
with some night vision goggles,
That's the book.
sniffing a goal.
I love how it's both the worst scientific paper ever and the greatest album cover ever.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. It would be.
Oh my god!
I was totally picturing like this delinquent gang of foxes who are just like
Yeah.
you know flicking coins,
Yeah,
and, like,
clicking their fingers.
shooting dice.
But then one of them paid the ultimate price, like in that musical West Side Story.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's
The
just
one
I
you-
was clicking. There
Yeah.
you go, yeah, like the sharks and the jets and the foxes.
One of them dies through unconfirmed circumstances.
I thought you were going to say
I've-
animals are farting wood.
I've never
Well,
seen
that as well. Yeah, that's
Does
great-
the fox die in that?
loads of them.
Like fucking
Most
loads.
of his kids die in Fat Animals of Farthingwood.
What I find funny about we can't get into animals of farthing wood again, but like fox is called fox,
Yeah,
vixen's called vixen,
Don't.
yeah,
but then all the kids have names
Yeah.
yeah.
like Steve
And
and Eric.
Whistler's not called Heron.
No,
Fucked up.
fucked up, man.
But based on the nomenclature, does that suggest that Whistler had a dad called Heron?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, then he couldn't be.
But then
called
what was
Heron.
his dad called?
Hare,
Yeah. Good. All right.
hare.
Fine.
Would he
You can
name
tell we've
that?
not done this for a while because we're on the first hate still.
Oh, I've got.
Have
hate.
we been doing this how long?
Yeah, shut up. Nick's got a hate.
I've got hate. Shut up. Like you returned to the past for yours.
Yes.
I too have returned to the
I
past.
too have time travelled.
Well, mine's a 3-part hate with the greater.
Oh, we don't got time for that.
It's all right. We'll smash through it. Don't worry. We've got to get through this. Umbrella term. Fucking kids.
Fucking
Kids,
kids.
yeah.
Fucking
Kids
kids
are-
again.
Oh, here we
Right?
go. Oh, what's up, Macmillan? Hello.
Kids.
Ring, ring.
Kids are awful.
I hate them. No, by kids I mean kids of a certain age.
Sure.
In the same way Greg Wallace said women of a certain
Your
age.
target demographic?
Yeah, exactly my target
Yeah.
demographic. No, kids old enough to know better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So specifically, sort of, we're talking probably young teens,
Sure.
kids that are allowed to be out on their own, just
Right.
out in the world, just fucking not behaving.
No.
Right. First issue.
Here we go.
Ski masks. What the fuck is up with this?
It's summer.
So many kids, particularly in my specific area of Cooltown,
Yeah.
but also generally, I've seen them everywhere.
Yeah.
They'll be all black, tracksuit probably, maybe even a windbreaker over the top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, heat wave right now.
Yeah, it is quite warm, yeah.
Yeah.
Black socks, black trainers, black jogging bottoms, black top, black windbreaker, ski mask, black ski mask. Couple of them
yeah.
on bikes, fucking about.
Now,
Hello.
I get where you're coming from.
Yes.
Can we ignore the fact that ninja master did set up that retreat, like just around the corner from
Just
you?
we
You know?
can't
The
ignore
motorcycle and ninja retreat.
The Master Chun school of absolute fucking scallies.
that. Scally foo.
The Master Chun School of being fucking rad.
yeah. Yeah, picking on fucking weak shits. What?
Do you mean like full face ski mask?
I mean full, like you can, there's a band for their eyes
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a little hole for their mouth. It's like Kick-Ass.
But that's not like safety precautions.
Not even slightly.
No, that's
because
just
they're not wearing helmets.
They're ninjas,
Right.
mate. They're very cool.
They
Is
look.
that cool? I don't know what cool is. It's
I think
too
they,
late for me
I
to
think
be
they
cool
think
now.
it's cool.
It's too late to be cool now, but that doesn't seem cool.
But I know I sound like a fucking neighborhood watch curtain twitching Karen.
you do a
Who's
bit.
just like, I'm scared of the
Yeah.
youths. But they are quite scary.
Yeah.
I
bet-
shouted at a kid in front of your house. Did I
Really?
tell you about that?
No?
His dog went for my dog, so I shouted at him.
Oh, I think you told me that you shouted at someone's dog. But,
Yeah,
or
he
not,
was
to
he
someone's-
was like a youngish teen. I went, come on, mate.
Yeah.
You know.
Didn't know it was outside my
Was he? Did he have the mask
He had a
on?
ski mask
Full ski
on.
mask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
two
had a-
ski masks.
he had a
Yeah.
ski mask, and so did the dog.
That was quite
Yeah.
Was he riding a scooter? Which is for
No, I think he'd
steeds
been sent
or-
out by his parents because he was getting in the way, probably.
probably.
I saw 3 kids on one scooter.
But then
Yeah.
And then
That's
next
gonna
time I
bottom
saw
up
him, he
suspension.
walked the other way.
Yeah.
I was like, come on!
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that.
How fast can those scooters go?
Fucking fast
These
enough.
are the scooters they're riding in the park sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have seen
Yeah,
that.
big
I
time.
have seen that.
I don't know, like 20 miles an hour? Probably, at least.
That's quite
They
fast
seem-
when you've
they
got
seem
three boys.
3 scallies on the back.
Yeah, 3 scallies giving it.
They're pretty
2.5
Maybe.
scallies, probably. One was really tiny.
Oh, sure.
he's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
backpack
Yeah,
scally.
he's like, go get him, big Dave.
Tell your friends what you saw.
Tell your friends what you saw.
He's the one who comes around the corner and goes, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
When you get a threat.
He's backup scally.
This is going to be borderline interesting. Well,
Wow.
actually, sorry, that was a hell of a claim,
I
wasn't
don't-
it? Yeah.
That was
I
huge.
don't think
Yeah.
we agreed to that before we started recording.
I saw it, and this is a bit of independent journalism that's a small London publication did, but they've got like electric e-bikes in London that you
yeah.
can rent, kind of like in Cool Town we've got for scooters.
Yeah.
And apparently, there is an injury happening quite repeatedly where people are falling off them, and it breaks your leg in quite a particular way.
Oh my god.
Because
when they're robbing people?
because the bike falls on you.
yeah, because you like just go and rent a scooter, but it's a bike.
Oh, right. I
It's
see.
electric powered.
I thought you
bike.
meant when they were like nabbing people's phones and then they
No,
dropped the bike,
no.
which is always quite funny.
But it's like, you just get the app and you go, oh, I'll rent a
Yeah.
e-powered bike or whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, you fall over. They're quite heavy, and they land on your leg and they break it in a particular way. So like, casualties across London are
getting
calling
used.
it like a particular, like a
E-brake.
The
an
e-brake.
e-brake. Yeah, and and the point was like that the council just lets a private company install and they're often like American,
Yes.
US based, and they said like the NHS is picking up the tab because they never safety tested these things, and so we'll just let like
late
everybody
now.
use them, and then if they break legs,
It's on them.
the public
I
health
expect you
service
probably
will-
have to tick a box before you rent them, right?
What you do
Well,
is
I
just
will
like
never sue.
If you get injured
With
in
the
this
scooters-
particular way, we are not liable.
the Cool Town scooters say you have to be wearing protective equipment, you have to be wearing a helmet, all that
Yeah.
stuff. Because no one is.
Nobody does. Yeah.
So have you regularly been menaced by the boys? Bedeviled.
Yes. Yes.
Deterred.
We see, I think it's because we're right next to the park /
Yeah.
field. That's where they go to hang out. So they're constantly going past our house.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just constant ski mask wearing scallies. Like it's wild.
It's quite an inviting, if you don't mind me saying, quite an inviting road to go up and down, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
on
Yeah.
a, on
100%.
a on a speed vehicle.
Yes.
Do you?
It's quite long and straight.
Can we lay a lot of this at Marvel? You
Yeah,
know?
I think so.
That's what I was wondering. Like, are they trying to look cool in a superhero capacity?
I don't think so.
But I don't think they are. I genuinely think they want to look like robbers.
Yeah, I think they want to look like criminals.
Yeah, I think that's
probably
exactly
more
what they
more
want.
what it
But
is.
if you were a successful criminal, you'd look like
An ordinary, everyday chap.
yeah, like an
They don't know that. They see Tiny Hercules and other children's books are available that just have people like with sawn-off shotguns and ski masks, and they're like, yeah, that's what.
To be fair, Tiny Hercules is full of ski masks
yeah,
and stuff.
that's what
Yeah.
a bad guy looks like. That's what a edgy kind of guy looks like.
I suppose.
With his
But
ski-
they're all dressed identically. It's
People will feel
pathetic.
threatened by me if I wear something
Yeah.
like this.
Part 2.
Part
Part
two.
two.
Oh, here we go.
They love having their hands down their trousers.
Yeah.
Like, but not just like,
Oh, you've.
it's like both hands cupping the junk.
you've got to be gripping it.
It's like
Yeah.
fully down in the soup, like sloshing.
The thing about that is,
Yeah.
one, it's a dominance thing.
Do you think?
I think so.
reckon?
They look
Yeah.
so childish,
Yeah.
and pathetic.
But
What?
secondly, if I have my hands on my junk for more than 10 seconds, my hands are smelling for 3 days.
Yeah,
They are.
I mean, that's just how it is.
They just are.
It's a stinky part of your body. It's
so smelly down there. It is. It just is, John. The sooner we face up to that,
It's
Real,
no
real,
shame here.
real swampy.
This is a real men's
business.
safe space.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the most distinct smell there is.
certain kind of smell, certain kind of funk. I see it all the time. Kids of a certain age.
Yeah.
I was in Greg's, right?
Oh.
And they were
Oh, don't do it, Greg's.
Your work local or your
No,
local,
my
local?
home local.
Ah, the home local. Yeah.
yeah. Not a local in every place I am.
Yeah.
There's enough Greg's.
Wherever you go, you're home.
That's
You
what
know,
yeah,
with
exactly,
Greg's.
Greg's.
Yeah, yeah.
That's their tagline, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a great tagline.
Queue in front. They're in front of me in the queue. Hand down, both hands down. He's just wearing joggers.
How are you gonna hold your beige slice when you?
Then hands out. It's time to handle everything, innit?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh, what am I going to buy? Oh, I think I'll get a sandwich. Oh, I think I'll get a drink. Handling the door for the fucking freezer.
These
whatever.
are all things that don't come pre-wrapped as well,
Then suddenly it's like,
including the cock and balls.
oh, fuck it, I've changed my mind. I'm going to put that lemonade back. Close that. Go over here. I'll put the sandwich back. I think I'll get a different sandwich. Oh, this sandwich is on offer. Touch. My vision
Oh, they
turned
don't
into
buy it
like...
all.
You know, like the Predator vision when he can like switch to like pheromone vision or whatever, and he's just like it's all green except for hot spots. I'm now. It's like a fucking I don't know, like abstract pointillism painting.
Another good thing about
of
Greg's
awful.
Another good thing about Greg's is that most of it is behind glass.
Until you fucking touch it with your junk
like-
hands.
But they don't. But they buy it first, right?
He's smearing
Oh, the glass.
everything.
The glass.
No, he's opening the doors. Oh no, not slices. He's getting sandwiches off the shelf.
And admittedly, the
Yeah.
sandwiches are wrapped, but
They
even
are
so,
wrapped, but he's putting them back
Yeah.
because he changed his mind about that one.
You've still got that on your hands.
That
If
sandwich.
you come in later.
Honestly, if
Yeah.
I could switch vision mode to like junk bacteria mode,
Yeah.
this would be a fucking bomb site. It would be like the start of a pandemic. It's horrifying to think.
Do you think it's like a comfort blanket? Like every second he's not touching.
He's a wickle baby,
Yeah.
right? And he's been doing this since he's like 2 months old, and his mum never fucking told him to stop.
It is a thing that
It's like sucking his
really
thumb.
young
That's what
kids
it is.
do. I'm sure I used to do it when I was like
Yeah,
6.
all little kids fucking do it
Yeah.
because you've got this weird little dangly thing between your legs, and you're obsessed with it.
Yeah, it's weird.
For like the first couple of years of your life.
It is weird.
Then your fucking parents tell you to stop fucking doing it
Yeah.
because you're going to make it all red and swollen and itchy or whatever the fuck,
And it smells.
and it smells, and you grow up. You grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, that's not happened. This one looked like he was maybe 18.
Wow.
That's
this fuck.
that is mad.
Disgusting.
I think it must be like a you know, I'm the dominating character here. Main character energy.
like-
I think it's a kid habit. I think it's like sucking their thumb. I think they just
Yeah,
never grown
it
out
might
of it.
well be.
Well, yeah, and to be fair, it is pathetic, so that's got to be.
It's just,
you know.
it is honestly pathetic.
But yeah, like I kind of assumed they were trying to
How's this salty beer?
make a point, like a dominant. Like, I assumed it was like a weird.
I know, and I'd agree with you if it wasn't for the fact that it seemed like they didn't even know they were doing it. Like it seems like
It's a habit.
Well,
yeah,
yes,
you have it.
if you do anything for long enough, I suppose you don't.
maybe they started
Yeah.
as a dominance thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking gross.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It must be a psychology thing in terms of one of them does it, so they all do it.
Yeah.
Is it possible that you've got to have something?
Clive does it, so I'm going to do it.
Something's got to be going right in your life. Like maybe society isn't actually that bad if A, you can be predominantly worried about nukes 24/7, and B, just touching your junk like all the
Yeah.
time.
I mean, there's a real.
Cupping your sack.
You're both ends of the spectrum, really. There, aren't you?
That is really
Yeah.
the two ends
Like,
of human society.
you got Tony over here saying, "Oh, the Mediterranean tortoise is known to burrow."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you've got a kid over here going, "I like touching my cock in public,"
Yeah, I
and
mean,
it's like there's a middle ground.
I
There.
think in this context, the newt is very much a penis metaphor. I think.
I think we've known that. From
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah,
I think that's been clear from the
Yeah.
start. Yeah.
Part 3.
Oh God, he's
The
not
final
done.
part.
The final.
Can't use the phones. They always have them on speaker.
Oh yeah.
And they're always holding them like this.
Kids do.
They hold it like a little platter for their drinks. Like they're a little butler man. And it's blasting out. So I can hear the whole fucking conversation.
Yeah, that's weird.
Did you know that a phone was designed, because where the speaker and where the fucking microphone is, to hold it to your head
There's no way of knowing.
like a fucking handset?
It's impossible.
It's
'Cause
the,
I know
it's
it's-
the only thing in phone design that has never changed.
Yes.
Where the ear bit and the mouth bit are.
Are at opposite fucking ends of the device and positioned in such a way
I'm with you on this.
that when you hold it to your fucking head, it works flawlessly.
The only time you need speakerphone is if you're in the car or if you're holding your cock.
Yes.
Those are the only two reasons.
And to be fair, he was holding his
Yeah.
cock.
I,
But people are walking around and they're struggling. right?
Yeah.
Because it's awkward.
And you can't hear anything when you're on speaker.
And then, this is exactly. I saw a girl, and she was doing this. It was on speaker.
What? I can't hear you.
Yeah, what?
I can't hear
What? What?
Funny that.
What?
Funny that.
And then it's like they can't hear her either because they're on speaker and the mic is struggling to pick her up over the fucking background.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Just use your phone like it's supposed to be used.
That
Good
always struck me.
God.
That always struck me as a dominance thing. Like
You want the world to hear what you're
yeah,
talking
like
about.
I'm. Well, yeah, we.
Nobody has ever had a conversation on a phone that's that interesting that everyone needs to hear it.
Nobody, yeah, but they think they're the fucking main character.
Nobody ever.
No.
Any important conversations, life-changing conversations, happen in person. It's call me when you get a chance, or you must come and see me now. Never put me on speaker.
This is a kind of unrelated, but I was because I'm a middle-aged man. I was driving to the Tip the other week to get rid of some stuff,
Nice.
and
I thought it's closed now. Oh, you're going to do a different
yeah, I went to
tip.
the other one, yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Which
the road,
tip's closed?
The main
the
one.
local one,
What, the
Cool Town Tip.
one around the corner?
yeah,
Fuck.
it's been closed for
You
ages.
did, I feel like I did know that.
Yeah,
Where'd you go, Evesham?
no, a little closer, Bishop's Cleeve.
Oh, Bishop's Cleeve.
Yeah.
I do know. Oh, Evesham's too far. Yeah.
yeah,
Believe.
but no,
I know the one you
I
mean. Is
honestly,
that one closed near us?
yes,
Bugger.
yeah,
Fucking sucks.
I need to get rid of some fence panels.
we can't be doing that. Well, I honestly thought someone
And
was
get
shouting
some
at
new
me.
ones.
Because I went around a roundabout and I heard like this really loud voice. I was like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" And it was like a Deliveroo driver on a moped, but he had like a in helmet mic
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh.
Get back, you bastard.
And he was just yelling.
He was on the phone.
Fuck.
The loudest. Well, again, you
was
would
it?
do if you're on a moped, but like the
guess.
loudest
Gotta talk over
public
the engine.
conversation.
It's mad, isn't it?
I don't think I've ever needed to talk to someone that much.
No.
Yeah,
Certainly
Pull,
not on the phone.
pull over.
yeah.
Pull over and phone them.
Yeah, make a call. Hold your phone up like a
I don't
human.
really speak. If someone phones me, it's because there's a problem.
Yes.
Yeah, they need to get through to you.
Well,
now.
you used to point out, you used to tease me, some might say, about my phone
This
manner.
was funny.
Because whenever,
Whenever I used to phone Johnny, hello, Rev. Every time I went, you're right. I
I'm
don't.
just so surprised to hear from you.
I don't phone.
you never had any reason to call me.
Yeah,
You know, it
surprising
caught me
event.
by surprise.
Big event of your life.
I don't phone you now.
Because of that.
No.
Well, I think at this point in our relationship, we have very little left to say to
That's
each
true.
other.
No,
So.
Yeah.
it's mainly admin now. If I text
Yeah,
you,
mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you finished demonising?
Those are my
the
three
young?
parts.
Yeah.
Fuck the youth. That's what I say.
I've got a hate.
Go on.
Oh,
I hate herbal shit being put in drinks and it being called like hipster or arty.
what, because you like it?
No, he hates it.
No, I hate it. That's how
Oh, right.
hates work.
I thought you were just slagging it off because they.
Oh,
labelled
yeah,
it as
because you had
hipster.
that awful drink the other day, didn't you?
I had an awful drink the other day.
Oh,
You
yeah.
told me about this awful drink.
Another-
Yeah,
an
so
awful drink.
there is there's a local coffee place
Delightful.
Oh, sure.
in Cooltown. Now, again, we talked about coffee earlier.
Mm.
This calls itself a roastery,
Yes.
which is
I
technically
don't
true
like-
because
I already don't like that.
they do roast stuff on site.
It's right next
Yeah.
to Dare.
So. Oh, I do. Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a really
I take it back.
yeah, it's a
don't
really
like
it's a really nice place. But some of they do fancier coffees. They do like if you want a latte, they'll give you a latte. But
But what
If-
they really
what
want
they
you to
what
order.
they I'll tell you what they do there.
Do-do.
Is they heat it poo. They heat it to the right temperature so you can drink it immediately. Coffee.
I've never really had that problem.
Oh, I otherwise you're just drinking boiling water.
I love it to drink a boiling hot coffee.
No. I
love it boiling.
They heat it so you can drink it immediately and not burn your mouth.
Nick
That's
likes
what
it.
I like about that place.
Nick likes it super hot, super sugary.
Super hot, super sugary,
can't-
super fast.
Liz drinks her tea really fast. I'm
Get
just
it
going to
down,
sidebar.
me.
Liz drinks her tea immediately, and I'm like, you're basically drinking boiling water.
Yes. That's
Whereas
the way
I let
should
it
be.
cool for about half an hour.
I want my coffee
and
to be
then
as hot as my showers.
Then I drink. Then I drink it. Yeah. I want it to rip the skin off my mouth.
Yes, please.
Well.
Here
I
we
like
go.
a black coffee. I've always liked a black coffee.
I like my coffee black.
And my whiskey neat.
There you go.
That's true. And my biscuits dry.
And my bread dry.
Rusty.
And my
Yeah,
crackers dry.
and my Weetabix dry.
My Weetabix
Yeah.
dry.
Actually, no, I can't eat Weetabix anymore
Oh.
after the incident. I'm an Weetabix man now.
Oatibit. Oh, God.
Oatibix,
Shoot yourself
yeah.
to death if you had a Weetabix, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. What a way to go.
Plugged for life.
white hot pillar of flame. But yeah, so it's often an issue for me that you can't really get a black coffee in the UK.
Sure.
You can get an Americano.
And that's not the same because...
It's espresso based.
Yes.
So they're basically just everything in the UK, any commercial coffee place, Starbucks, Costco, whatever, it's all espresso based.
Sure.
It's the only kind of coffee they can
I
make.
am an idiot, so talk to me as if you were talking to a child. What is the difference then between an espresso-based black coffee
Yeah.
and a non-espresso-based?
Yeah, well, so I guess modern American coffee culture, which is what we're all kind of enjoying now, is based entirely on espresso, which is where you have a very particular machine.
Yes.
You know, it's I think on average it's around 42 beans go into a very
what a specific
little cuppy
average.
thing.
very condensed shot of coffee,
Yes.
which takes about 14 to 19 seconds to filter through.
Right.
So it's just forcing water.
Do that thing they go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you get like a little like a shot of alcohol of coffee.
Yeah.
And if you were Italian, you just go grazie, and you'd like just chug that thing like in a second.
Rip the skin off your mouth.
And some people think that is the purest expression of coffee you can get.
Okay.
I like an espresso.
Yes.
Yeah, but then like a latte is just that with a ton of milk on top. An Americano is just that with a bunch of hot water on top. You know, and then there's like a macchiato. There's all these like versions,
different ones.
but it's all based around the unit of coffee. It's an espresso. Now, at home I drink a filter coffee, or you get like a French press or a cafetiere.
Yeah.
You know, so they take a little longer to brew.
You
Very
grind the
di-
beans up.
Yes.
And then you put them in water.
Yes.
Hot water. And it filters in.
Yes.
And then you push down the thing to get rid of all the gump.
Yes.
And you just have black water.
Yes,
Essentially.
black water, and like an espresso would be very finely ground. It's almost like a powder.
Yeah, yeah.
And like a French press or a cafetiere, it's a little coarser.
Yeah.
And I go for a filter coffee,
Yeah.
which is, you know, you grind up your beans. It goes in like, I have like a kind of hourglass shaped glass
Sure.
filter thing, and then you just pour water gradually over, and I love it. It's grand. You can't really get that in a shop. You know, they don't do that.
Sure.
And then this place, this roastery, they're like, oh, and then of course you get like the American diner style.
Yeah, where it's on heat all day long.
Yeah, which is like it's kind of filter coffee, but
You want a cup of Joe?
get a top up, like an endless.
constant
You want a cup of Joe there?
Well, it wouldn't be a cappuccino because that would be espresso based.
No cup of Joe.
Oh, a cup of Joe. I thought you were just.
Not a cup of Joe.
Sorry, yeah,
Cup of Joe.
yeah.
Bottomless Joe.
But I kind of like shitty diner coffee. Like the idea of
Oh,
just
yeah.
like having a pie and like endless
Yeah, that'd
top
be
ups of
sweet.
black coffee. That's grand. It's
very Twin
I
Peaks,
quite like
yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
love a bit of Twin Peaks.
I know you do.
But yeah, so very hard to get like just pure filter coffee. Very different flavor
Yes.
profile.
Interesting.
But this place does hipstery kind of coffee.
Sure.
So they'll do like AeroPresses.
Yeah.
That's quite hipstery, even for me.
Really?
You know, it's using inverse pressure to like force.
I've been
water.
to that place with people who order that kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
Really?
They know their way around coffee, let's say.
yeah.
I feel like such a rube. I'm just like,
And
a
I just
latte, please.
go, I'll have a latte.
I love a latte.
Yeah, well, and with 3 shugs, you know.
Oh, 100%. And the rest.
Yeah, a latte with 3 shugs, please.
But I've had some.
Garçon.
I've had some of those. I've tried some of those like fancy press things, and they've not really done it for me. I just want me filter coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, filter coffee.
That's what I like. Anyway, so they were doing, because it was a very hot day when I
Yeah.
went there last. They
Went
were
for a coffee.
doing a cold brew,
Oh, yes.
which is not to be confused with an iced
Well, I
latte.
I asked you about
Or an iced
this.
latte.
Yeah,
I said, what's the difference between an iced coffee and a cold brew?
I've
And
made.
you said this.
I have made a cold brew at home before.
think that's what
I've
you said.
forgotten the recipe, but it is a very, very, very concentrated coffee. So you would grind a lot more coffee than you would normally if I was making a pour over coffee.
Sure.
And then you cold filter it. So
Yeah.
you put it
You
in.
never put boiling water in
never
the
put
system.
boiling water in, but you have
So
to.
that's the difference with an iced
Yeah.
coffee. You would put a glass full of ice,
Yes,
potentially your milk or whatever's going in,
Pour boiling
and
water
then you pour
over it.
hot coffee into that,
yes,
which will warm it up slightly, but the ice will keep it cool.
yes. And when at Starbucks someone
I like
ordered
an iced coffee.
an iced
So do I.
latte, you'd have to put the milk in first, otherwise the espresso would melt the plastic cup.
Yes.
Just put it straight.
And
in.
obviously all the ice as well. Probably
Yes,
as well,
yeah, probably that as well. But yeah, so because you're not using hot water to release the flavour, you need to use like 4 times as much coffee and leave it for longer.
Interesting.
So
Probably
you-
quite a while though, right? Because the
Yeah.
whole point of making hot beverages is to make them steep.
So you'd leave it in the fridge like overnight, and then you can just kind of pour it, and it's very nice. You can pour it over like a glass of ice and drink that.
I bet it is nice. Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's like it has to be stronger to
Yes.
get the flavour out. And so I saw they were doing a cold brew, and I was like, that would be lovely.
I'll have one of those.
Let's have a go.
That'll be hipstery. I'll go for that. And bless her, there's a lady who works there who always seems perpetually confused every time I order anything. And I was like,
I wouldn't like to work in a coffee shop because I think that would be me.
You'd be
I'd be very confused all the time.
yeah, I think something would have had to have gone quite
Can I get a double
Array in
shot
your life.
cold
Array.
brew,
micro latte
flavored with
espressolini.
the tears of a child?
Yeah, with 9 syrups.
I'd be like, hey,
Hey.
you what?
You what?
You'll have an espresso and then you get the fuck out of
fucking
here.
like it.
You have an Nescafe and you'll be fucking
Yeah.
grateful.
You'll have a
mate.
GWR coffee bag.
Yeah.
And you'll like it. And you'll pay for it.
You all enjoy it.
It's
That
$2.95.
really might have been the worst coffee.
I think it might have been
Yeah.
in my whole life.
I'm kind of tempted to try it now.
You need to try it.
In a
Yeah.
funny kind of way.
Anyhow, the point is,
So she didn't know what you would do.
but she was like, no, we can do that. It's cool. After
can
she
do a cold
But if
conferred,
it's on the menu, they
it
probably
was
should
on the
do it.
menu,
They
but
probably
I-
should
yeah.
be able to do it, really.
Yeah.
after she conferred with a colleague.
Yeah.
Anyway, now it turns out because they are a bit hipstery,
Hmm.
it comes and it's a long drink,
Oh, sure.
tall glass,
Yeah.
black as night.
Right.
There's ice in it,
Okay.
and I'm like, this looks delightful.
This
Yeah.
looks incredible.
This is going to be lovely because
I'm gearing up for a disappointment here.
Delicious.
it would have been good
Yeah.
if not for the fact that they put a sprig of lavender
Oh no.
in it.
Oh no.
Weird choice.
Now, there's many things people do with lavender. They don't tend to
no.
eat or drink it.
As a smell, as a candle.
Yeah. So I have to say, that first sip, maybe even the second and the third, was a delightfully complex flavor profile, shall we
Sure.
say? Because it was very dark, it was very strong. They'd added a sugar syrup, which I wasn't expecting, but I didn't hate. It's quite sweet, so you get
Yeah.
the bitterness of the coffee.
But you just wanted a black.
I just wanted a
basically
cold
wanted
black
black
coffee,
cold.
yeah. But you get the darkness of the coffee. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Followed by the sweetness of the syrup, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, not my choice,
the
but
lavender.
I don't hate it.
The lavender.
And
He
then you
understands a
get
little
this
bit more about me
wave
now.
Too
of
much.
like
Well,
perfumey
yeah.
kind of, and you're like, oh, that's wow, what a complex
is
palette.
not
I
what
don't
want.
mind the smell of lavender. I would like. I've been to a lavender field and I've been like, this is.
Everyone
fine.
loves the smell of lavender. It's
But I
not
don't,
it's a
want,
great smell.
I don't like the taste of it in
I've never eaten lavender. Although Parma
or
violets.
the smell of it around something I'm eating or drinking.
Are Parma violets lavender
Par-
flavour?
Oh, that's a good question. They are, aren't they?
I think
gonna
so,
Google
yeah,
it.
the sweets,
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
they're
think so.
purple, aren't
But
they?
it
So-
intentionally
I
smells
don't like them
very
either.
No.
perfumey.
I don't like them. They're
No,
horrible.
I don't.
So-
I'm pretty sure they are lavender.
So we have lavenders in the front garden, and I remember like trimming a bunch of it like one year, and I put all the trimmings in a truck, and I was gonna chuck them away, and I didn't get round to it, and then it rained, and a bunch of water got into the pot,
Oh,
and then I
no.
forgot about it. So after like a month or so of like rotting and fermenting and just kind of seeping in this tepid water, you had the most just kind of like powerfully sick,
Yeah.
lavendery kind of flavor, just emanating from this bucket,
yeah,
and that's kind of what this tasted like. Because after like 10 minutes,
yeah.
all you're getting is lavender.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like drinking a bottle of perfume.
That's a shame.
And all I was tasting for the rest of the day, like I couldn't finish it. It's rare that I can't finish a drink.
Coffee. Yeah.
And I was just like,
They've thrown too much at it.
yeah,
They went too hard. They flew
We
too
went.
close to the sun.
I've been to that place numerous times actually, and I've always quite liked it.
yeah.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
good. It's lovely. Yeah.
They make a great latte.
But Liz
They do good gluten-free food.
Liz
Yeah.
ordered I think she just ordered a tea once, and she poured what she thought was milk into it,
Oh no.
and it was lumpy. I was like, oh, that's so weird. What's
the
that
fuck is
about?
that?
It turns out they don't do milk there. They do everything with cream.
Oh,
And
that's
that's
an
what-
American thing.
That's which, yeah. So everything was lumpy, and it just looked horrible, and it was just like, ugh. It's just tea with lumps in it.
Lumpy tea.
It's like, just do fucking milk.
I've got to say, inks, they're very rare, but like there have been a couple of instances in my life where like cream has been an option to put in coffee. I don't go
In
for
coffee,
milk.
fine. I had a coffee and I had cream with it, and that was fine. But in tea,
Do you not like it?
I'm not quite so sure.
No, it's
Oh,
good.
no. Yeah, 'cause I've had it. I like
It's
it, yeah.
very
It's
good.
good.
Yeah.
But in tea, I think it's probably a bit
Wow.
yeah,
weird.
tea. It's a bit much, maybe.
peculiar, let's say.
Starbucks used to do what do they call them? Like a London fog, like
Oh.
20.
That was my
What the
day.
hell
your
was that?
leg. Are you
That was
okay?
my ankle.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was a proper click.
Crunchy.
Yeah.
Crunchy
I hope
bones.
the mic picked that up.
Yeah.
You may have done. But yeah, they used to do a thing called a London fog.
You got this one?
You're going to give me the broken one?
No. Oh, is this? I can have that.
No, I'm happy to.
I'm opening.
yeah.
I'm opening the
we go.
warped beer.
If this just cuts to like static, we all died. So.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, thank you.
It might taste disgusting.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
It's got
a thumb hole in it.
It's got slightly less beer in it there.
What if it's really good?
It could be better.
It could be the best beer, couldn't it?
Beer Beretti. Nope, that's nothing. Does it taste better?
Yeah, it's fine. Cool. This tastes a little different to regular
Taste of lavender.
got
beer
salt
and
in it.
Marie.
Yeah, it's got sea salt in it.
It's got sea salt in it.
From the sea.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
It tastes cheaper, I'd say,
It doesn't taste as nice.
than your
somehow.
average Moretti.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I would say so.
Yeah, I think
I'm still on my
Moretti is
Asahi. I'm
quite
taking
a
ages
nice
to do
beer. No, it's no Asahi though.
Love an Asahi.
Asahi's very good. It's got to be cold though.
Got to be
I
cold.
stocked up on like posh beers this week.
Oh.
Ooh, let me tell you.
Is the ambassador in town?
Oh, ambassador, you're really spoiling us with these Tesco beers.
Fancy beer doors. I love a beer door.
Beer door.
Speaking of weird coffees, when we went for our meal with the author,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Here we
We
go.
had some weird coffees. You go for it.
Oh,
this
no,
is your
but-
hate.
Well, they
Well, it's
gave
turning into a love
they
song.
they
Yeah.
gave us we ordered. It was so fucking hot. Ordered
Excuse me,
iced
burp.
iced
We
lattes
each had iced lattes. Yeah,
with
yeah.
it, but it said with a twist,
yeah.
and God,
Oh.
God knows what that means.
We had different iced lattes, but we both had the same twist.
I see.
Yes, same venue, same twist. So it turns
Different
out
lattes.
Yes.
they bring you a glass full of nothing more than black ice cubes,
Oh, that's fun.
and then a side cup of milk.
What is it? Are they water?
They are coffee.
Oh, there
Ice
you
cubes
go.
are coffee.
Yeah, and then you pour milk over the top.
You bastards!
And
At
then
the coffee shop, not you two.
You sly dog.
you
Yeah.
slide.
Yeah.
And then obviously you kind of have to wait a little bit because you kind of want that ice to melt into the
and
milk to
become-
give it any of
become-
the coffee.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
And the waitress did very kindly say, she said, if you want more milk, I
Yeah,
will bring
we'll
you
keep
more
topping
milk.
you
But
up,
then
yeah.
actually the meal was wrapping up. So
Yeah. But then I had.
that does sound good.
So I took it a step further and I had a Ferrero Rocher ice.
Oh, ambassador!
the ambassador
You're
is
really
in town.
spoiling
Yeah.
us.
And get
Yeah.
this, never occurred to me before. Imagine, just if you can come with me on this journey, imagine an iced latte,
Yeah,
chocolate milk,
yeah.
and hazelnut syrup.
But when does a latte become a mocha?
Iced mocha.
Oh, you really are crossing that line now.
We're crossing
Yeah.
the streams.
Yeah.
But yeah, chocolate milk, coffee ice cubes,
Yeah.
hazelnut little shot.
That does sound nice.
Fuck me.
Very good. Yeah,
I
excellent.
went to an event on Saturday in a park,
Jesus Christ.
and a silver band was playing.
a silver band.
A silver band, not a brass band. They were a silver band. All their instruments were silver.
Oh.
Not brass.
Actual silver.
I guess
Or coated.
coated silver, maybe. Yeah. And Liz
got
brought
a
me a lovely iced latte.
tinnier sort of sound
We put the
to
deck
it.
chairs out. The boy was just sitting in his little deck chair doing
With
his stickers.
Yeah.
And Liz said, "I hope this is all right. I bought you an iced coffee." I said, "That is wonderful."
Sounds delightful.
Thank you.
we had a
dear.
lovely time.
Yeah. Oh, magical.
Love an ice
A
coffee.
couple of hours in the sun, hanging out, listening to the silver band. They sang all the musicals.
All the musicals.
You know,
Gotta catch
lovely.
them all.
I do like an iced coffee.
Oh, fuck me, so do I. I had
do
one
like an iced
this
coffee.
afternoon on the way home.
I've had quite a few.
Delightful.
We have a Costa at work, which is good. And I've had quite a few mango and passion
Costa
fruit coolers.
Built into your work.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Christ alive, you're doing all
We
right.
have a-
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the cafeteria area. Yeah, it's a Costa.
We've got a Costa across from our work.
And it's
Well,
mango
yeah.
and passion fruit coolers.
Yeah, it's not a coffee though, is it?
No, it's not. It's not
not
an iced
a coffee,
coffee.
is it?
But it's from Costa, and it's another option.
Yeah.
I do like
Very
mango.
nice.
Mango might be my favourite fruit
It's a very nice option.
I can't be touching mango.
because of your bum.
Because of your problem.
because of the bum bum. Yeah.
What are you banned from?
Uh,
Fruits wise.
that was high fructose, so I can't
Okay.
be doing that
That's why I love it so much.
because I'm a grown man and I discovered that I have an intolerance to fructose. So, yeah, your option for that test.
What a tragedy that
I
you're like
know, it really
intolerant
sucks.
of fruits.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
not
wild.
all fruits. Some fruits are fine.
Yeah.
but like
Citrus fruits.
that test was like you can have a spoonful of honey or you can eat half a mango to test it. I was like, I'm not made of money.
Yeah.
I'll have that honey, thank you.
You have-
Honey's
Yeah, the
expensive
honey.
as well.
You can get like a squeezy tube of honey for like 59p from
That's
like
true.
Tesco's.
It's
Yeah.
that
Whole- a
fancy
whole mango.
Manuka honey.
Oh,
That's like 12 quid a jar.
and that's a
isn't it?
protected New Zealand brand.
Is it?
Yeah, you can't go calling anything Manuka.
Ali's got
No.
some Manuka honey at home.
Well, it's like champagne, isn't it? You can only call it champagne if it's from
Melton Mowbray.
that's about Mowbray. Yeah.
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 Mowbray champagne. It's porky.
Otherwise, it's got to be called sparkling wine.
Sparkling white.
Yeah.
or prosecco, I guess.
Prosecco. Yeah, probably.
I think it's
Yeah.
prosecco.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because like prosecco versus champagne, champagne is better.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. That's why it's so
It's
expensive.
very hard to say.
Champagne's
exactly
very airy, isn't it?
why. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's come up before.
It has.
If money weren't an issue, there'd be a lot of champagne being drunk right now. It's
Well,
it's
get
very
ready, get ready, John.
Well, when the book
well when the
takes
book, yeah,
off.
it's very Moorish.
we're gonna
Yeah.
be drinking nothing but champagne. soon
champagne
enough.
is delightful.
I'm bringing around salty beers. Fuck that. We're gonna be drinking champagne on this.
You know what?
before
I
long.
reckon champagne's going to catch on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
reckon.
there's something in it.
think
Yeah,
there's-
I think it's
in
gonna
that.
be, if you just take the G out because you can't even pronounce that, then it'll be a really popular brand. I think.
Yeah.
Nobody pronounces the G.
It's overcomplicated.
That's why-
Champagne. Just take the G out.
as Eminem sang, that is why they call it champagne.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is why
Yeah.
he said that.
It's
I'm pretty
painful.
sure.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my hate. Don't go sticking a plant
Good.
in a
Don't
in
stick a plant in
dr-
my coffee.
in my coffee. Botanicals.
That's fair.
What's that
I
about?
agree with you on that, John. It's very rare that we concur.
I know. After this long, arduous friendship. Yeah. Anyway, who's got a love?
Gives a love.
Go on, then.
Gives a love.
I was on Netflix the other day. You heard of it?
You were on Netflix.
I was on
You were on
Netflix.
Netflix?
I was browsing Netflix,
Oh, that's very different.
and I thought I'm going to watch a movie.
A program.
Liz was out with
Yes.
the boy, I think. I thought I'm going to watch a. She was out. She went to soft play. I thought I'm going to watch a movie.
I'm alone.
Yeah, I'm alone. And once I scrolled past the pornography, I
Pornography on Netflix? I'm going to go, guys.
I selected the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Ah.
A man of taste.
Fucking good.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
It's a banger.
really
Yeah.
good. Really good.
I think it's the
thought-
only good thing Illumination have done.
Finally pulling themselves out of that gut.
really good. I'm watching it going, this is a video game movie based on the source material.
I do feel like it is one of the only video game movies we've had.
Yeah.
And it's wild to say this, but that actually feels like the game. Because Mario, as
Yeah.
a franchise, makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, it's a
They
pl-
had so little to work with to tell a story.
Yeah.
And yet, they actually did.
And they are plumbers.
They are. And that's one of the most remarkable things. Because Nintendo have tried to play down the fact that Mario's a plumber for fucking decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's an unashamed
Yeah.
New York plumber.
But
Italian.
the whole plot of the movie it kicks off because they're plumbers
Yeah.
as well. It's not like, oh, they're plumbers and this is happening.
It's vital
They're
to the
plumbers
plot.
and that's why they end up here.
Yeah. And how they get back.
And Sonic is much maligned on this show. Obviously.
No.
Yeah, and we're aware, listeners, that we haven't, you know,
We haven't
Yeah.
done the thing.
Have you watched the third one?
No.
No, I haven't.
We should probably do that.
We should probably watch it together.
Yeah, we probably should.
Is it on
yeah.
Netflix now?
I don't know.
It must be.
It must be available to rent.
We'll
or something.
watch it.
Yeah,
We'll watch
hold
it.
on.
I do
We'll watch
kind
it
of-
and then we'll do the commentary.
We'll Thelma and Louise it together into the cultural abyss.
Yeah, I thought about this after I watched Mario. Actually, I thought I don't think we've gone to see the third one. Anyway,
We'll get on it.
we'll get to do.
That's
We'll
our
get to
homework.
that.
I'm just glad James Marsden's getting paid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
happy for him.
Well, he's in the next Avengers film
I thought you were going to say he's in
What?
Super Mario Brothers.
as
What?
Cyclops.
Cyclopio.
But he'll be 400 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe more.
yeah.
I thought they were going to cast.
He was
new
on one of
people.
those chairs.
This
So
is what I've
they
heard.
used to announce the cast.
Oh, I try not to notice.
James
No.
Marsden.
I didn't know for sure he was back, but what I had heard was that all of the fucking cast are reprising their roles.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Alan
Ah.
Cummings back.
As beloved Nightcrawler.
What
He's
about
like
the-
68 years old.
He presents the Traitors USA.
Yeah, there you go.
What about the guy who played the CGI Colossus in X-Men 2? Is he going to be back?
Who's that?
Nobody.
Oh,
That's the point.
that is-
It's
yeah.
just some guy.
Just a guy.
But Ian McKellen's back.
No, he's dead.
Ian McKellen's not dead.
I thought he was
How
dead.
dare you?
This'll kill him.
Yeah, this might finish him off. Anyway, I was watching the Super Mario Brothers movie,
Yes. Let's focus up.
and I just thought this is all the things that Sonic was not.
Exactly.
It was written for the character.
Mm-hmm.
It makes so many good references to everything about Mario, whether that's like the 2D format of the video games,
Yeah.
whether it's Mario Kart itself,
The mushrooms.
the mushrooms, everything. I just thought, bloody hell, this is really good. This is
And-
really, really good.
When we watched the Sonic movie, we were like, why the fuck isn't this movie animated? Why is it a live action movie?
100%, yeah.
Mario is an animated movie.
Yeah.
Fully animated. That makes so much more sense.
Question. It won't be an owl, but is there a long claw
Is there a long
equivalent?
claw?
Did they come up with a long claw?
Not really, no.
I don't think they did.
Have you not watched it?
No.
It's good, honestly. It's good.
No, so my point is, it is possible
No,
to...
Mario's dad is in it,
Okay.
and he's just an older version of Mario.
You
like,
see his whole family.
yeah, his whole family's in it.
They're
Briefly.
hardly
They
in
live
it.
in New York, and they get sucked in, I guess, for
through
what better
a
word.
big green pipe underground.
Underground because they're plumbers.
Yeah.
Into the mushroom world.
Mushroom Kingdom.
Mushroom
if you
Kingdom.
will.
And then they meet Peach, and the adventure happens.
But no, there's no Longclaw.
Yeah.
Which
they
I
didn't
think
have
is-
to come up with some weird shit.
didn't have
Oh,
to do it.
I think you probably enjoy it, John.
I'm sure I would. I
Yeah.
think I remember at the time. I just
Yeah.
couldn't remember.
I actually quite regularly, as in multiple times, I've gone back and watched the final sequence,
Yeah.
the final battle,
Yeah.
because it's genuinely quite badass.
And like, with the boxes and that, they like explain why they use the boxes, and they use the boxes throughout the movie, and it informs what they're doing and all that, and it just all knits together very nicely.
And there's some really fun stuff, like they invented the idea that Mario doesn't like the taste of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like he just doesn't like mushrooms.
So does he have to eat?
Yes.
But he
to
has
eat
to
the
eat them.
mushrooms, but he
And
doesn't
then
like the
there's a
taste.
point where he eats one in order to get bigger,
Yeah.
and he's just like, ugh.
So does everybody eat the mushroom? Like that's just how you absorb the power of
Yeah.
the super mushroom.
That's the
Exactly
idea.
that.
But the
Yeah,
boxes are the same as you remember them in the video game, but they like have to hit the boxes and
Yeah.
the mushroom comes out.
And there's some other fun stuff, like, you know, when he gets the fire flower, his clothes change colour to red and
Yeah.
white. There's a moment where Peach gets a
Peach's
fire flower,
clothes
and her
change,
clothes
yeah.
change to red
Yeah.
and white. I'm like, oh, you're messing with the format in a way the games haven't even done it yet,
Yeah.
which is great.
So this.
And Rainbow Road's in it.
Yeah, Rainbow
Wow.
Road's in it.
that
I
kind
feel
of thing.
you're describing the tragedy here is the Sonic movie we didn't get.
I think so.
There's
Yeah.
a light timeline.
I love the movie. Is the first thing, but I also think, oh, Sonic should have been this.
This is what
Yeah.
Sonic should have been.
yeah.
If
it could have been.
It could have been. There's really no reason. It
There's
couldn't
actually
have been.
more story in Sonic's world to work with to make
Yes,
a film
yeah,
out of
yeah.
than there is in Mario's. world.
Mario's. He just you
Weird
pop
Mario's
out a
world.
pipe
Yeah.
and he's up jumping on mushrooms.
I should say this at this point as well, that Knuckles, the spin-off series,
Yes.
is now available on Prime.
Fuck, are we going to do a watch? Are we going to do a separate podcast
do
for
I?
that?
Fucking Christ! Do
How
I?
many episodes did that
I
get?
have no idea.
Because any more than one is a national sin.
Yeah. I'm kind of tempted. Next time Liz is like out for, let's say, 6
Yeah.
hours, I might.
We could at
watch
least watch
Knuckles.
episode 1.
I think we should watch Sonic 3 first.
Yes.
Yeah.
And make time for that,
Make
Yeah.
and
time.
then maybe watch Knuckles.
Well, the way this works generally is that we have to watch it raw
We have to watch it naked.
and then process our
Well,
feelings and come back and
yeah, we could watch it together either way.
I mean, we don't have to do a fucking commentary.
no.
No, we could just review it.
We could just do an episode about it because it doesn't deserve.
We could watch it.
It doesn't
then
deserve
talk,
all this content.
We could watch it then talk about it.
Yeah.
That might be a better
That might-
solution
that
than
might
having
be
to
better.
suffer through the film twice.
Okay. Yeah.
Watch
we
Super Mario,
should.
John. Have a,
I know, I'm
have
sure-
a palate
I'm sure- I'm
cleanser
sure it'll
first.
be a
Watch Super
time, yeah.
Mario.
Yeah,
Sure, we
Mario.
can.
Mario, do you right?
Yeah.
I do you proud. Now,
Now,
Two Loves to Go.
2 Loves to Go.
Is yours going to be a special love?
No, my love's very straightforward,
Okay.
and it also builds upon what we've already talked about.
Oh, sure,
So
yeah.
in a way, it's quite quick.
Okay. Well, yeah.
And really, it was just I didn't know exactly what you were going to bring to the table or what we were going to talk about on the podcast. But my love was going to go into what we did this last trip to London, but specifically, my love is being treated like an author
Oh.
because that was a word they used a lot,
Oh.
and it felt pretty fucking special. Actually.
Yeah,
because there were
that's
5
nice.
authors
Yeah.
at that event, and John and I were kind of conjoined singularly as an author.
Sure.
But the word was used so often that night with regards to the authors are here. The authors must go here. We must take the authors to do this. We must check what we're saying in front of the authors. Stuff like this. And it was just such a respectful term
Yeah.
that also made me certainly, but I think us, feel incredibly special.
Yeah.
In a way that I maybe have been waiting for my whole fucking life.
And
It's only taken you 39 years
Yes,
to become an
exactly.
outright success.
Well,
Yeah.
the weird thing is, I think the counterpoint is, like, it means so much more because I think we've been treated so badly by like
by everything.
By-
The industry,
comic conventions.
convention.
You get so used to being treated like shit.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think pretty soon you're not going to have to do that anymore.
Well, maybe. Or if we do it, we're going to be taken. We're going to
You're gonna
be
be-
wined
you're gonna
and
be
dined. We're going to be
VIPs.
we're going to be in hotels.
Which would be
And I'll be there going, yeah.
and I and I'm here too.
Yeah.
And you're sleeping in the ensuite.
Yeah, I'll be in the bath. Turns out a bath doesn't crinkle your suit either.
No,
So you
exactly.
can sleep in a bath, it's fine.
Yeah, I think it hits all the harder because we're really not asking for much. Like
No,
yeah,
and actually, we're not getting that much.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about a word that they
Yeah.
used, and it made me feel like a king.
yeah.
Yeah. We are authors, right?
Well, yeah, no, it's not. It's not that I necessarily don't think that we are. It's more that no one else has ever said it before. The whole thing about how we've had to operate up until this point is that we've kind of had to convince ourselves of the notion that what we're doing is good, valuable, worthy, and interesting to anyone. And yeah, we've had success. People have bought our books before and liked the things we've made. But there's never been this greater authority or higher body that has said, "Hey, you know what, you guys, you're doing some good shit." That's never fucking happened.
And it was very unlikely that you'd ever get an ego, because any achievement you had, there would just be something like
Dragging you back down.
30 seconds later to kick you back down. Like,
It's so true.
We sold a book. This book's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And also, the negatives hit way harder than the positives.
yeah. Like, a classic example is, like, say, MCM, biggest convention in the UK.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, you know what, Nick? Yes, John. We had a really good Saturday today. We certainly did.
certainly did, John.
That was a good show. Let's go back to the car and go back to the hotel. Security guard's like, what the fuck are you doing? I just want to get back to my car. It's literally right
I can
there.
see it through the glass.
Yeah, you can't come in here, mate. No, you don't understand.
I'm an
I've been
exhibitor.
working at the show, and my car is there. Nah, mate.
I don't give a
can't
shit who you are.
Well, how do I get back to my car? You go down that ramp,
Yeah.
and you walk back up a different ramp.
Yeah.
You mean the ramp that the cars are coming in and out of?
Covered
yeah,
in
mate.
piss.
You walk up and down that filthy
Piss-sopping ramp.
Yeah.
Soon, though, that same guy will be a ramp for you to walk.
We'll walk up his ass.
Yeah.
Walk up that.
Oh, I'm
chute.
terribly sorry, sir. Bang,
Oh,
down
I
it
see.
goes. You walk
Yeah,
down him.
let me lie in this puddle of piss for you.
Bang, there you go.
Yeah.
You're in the car.
That's what we need.
And someone's driving it for you. And it's
Yeah.
not the same car.
I mean,
It's not our car.
It's a Bentley.
so, I'm sorry, Miss Granger. Would you like me to kill this man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just a guy over his shoulder going, I can do it.
I can do it, and you won't be to blame.
I can do it.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
Everyone gets one.
Yeah. What is? Yeah.
It's very exciting times.
It is very exciting times.
It is, and it's kind of the weird little things that are really sinking in.
I've said this to you both privately, because we hang out outside of this podcast occasionally.
We do, it's true.
Begrudgingly.
But I bet they can't believe they found you bumped into at a random show.
Well, that's very kind.
That's true, because the people who are confident talking, and can actually do what they are claiming they can do.
Well, thank you.
They can't. No, I've said, but that's true. But that's true.
We have said it before, it's just really cool to hear someone say it, and yeah, we can say this sort of stuff. We can think we're doing all right. Then when someone else says it, it means a lot, and it's really powerful.
And it's probably all going to go to our heads, and we'll become monsters, and we'll completely lose.
Yeah, well,
focus
in a year we won't be speaking, so
No, so enjoy this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
drink it.
Well, if we speed run it, we can maybe get rid of him in 9 months.
How
No,
long's a pregnancy?
I'll pinch out my love super quickly. Because that is a grand love. That's fantastic. But yeah, I've transformed the back of the door into my studio and
Oh, that's shit. That one.
into a map of.
Oh, what he just said was really good.
I
You
know.
Oh, maybe I should have gone
I
last.
thought it was too obvious. Yeah, like I bought a map of Cool
No,
Town.
I did make an impressed noise when I saw this earlier.
The
Yeah.
thing is,
I
you're
walked into the
currently-
kitchen. I just went, "Oh!"
Currently, your door is on your dining room table.
My door is on my dining room table.
Yeah.
You've ripped the door off the hinges in a Hulk moment of rage.
Yeah.
I bought 2 ordnance survey maps that line up next to each other.
Yeah, of the immediate area.
Covers the area of the door.
Just end it there. I bought 2 ordnance survey maps.
Yeah.
Just end it there.
Sounds
Yeah,
pretty fucking
you've,
End it
cool.
there.
you've changed.
Yeah.
2.
Or
yeah.
someone can afford 2 ordnance survey
Yeah.
maps
That's that
now.
royalty
money
coming
That's
in.
that.
It's nice to have a project where I'm doing something physical,
Yeah.
not working on a bloody computer. It looks great.
It does look good.
does
It's a
look
good looking door.
I've
It
got
does look-
1 layer of varnish down.
Yeah.
Gonna do a couple more, and yeah, I'm just a little treat for me. The back
I
of
had
the
my
door.
covered hands all over it earlier as
You
well.
did.
You certainly did. You were
I was
gumming.
pointing at things.
Yeah,
I
you were
hungry
gumming
hands.
up all your
Yeah.
looks.
Stuck my hands down my trousers. I was pointing at things.
And
Yeah.
smearing
So
it.
now,
Well, that's
now
the
you're just polishing over that.
Well, that's for varnish, mate. You know, that's
Yeah.
for protection.
Second layer.
Had to get that base level down before you walk in.
Before I walked in with my cock
Anyway,
hands.
so
It's
love.
a good looking door.
Anyway, so love won, but why are we? What are we going to do? How can we? What do you think won?
There's no topping that.
Yeah,
Love one.
whatever.
go on,
Yeah.
flap your lips, make something. Say,
It doesn't make any difference.
No,
Yeah.
well, you've said it already.
is it good?
so-
Is it good to be back?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, tolerable.
We had one comment that said, "When are you going to be back?"
Yeah, and we're sorry. Yeah, we are sorry about the delay.
No. I wouldn't say sorry.
That's, yeah, probably best if we don't say sorry, because that'll set a bit of a precedent.
we are obligated to say we're sorry.
No, I wouldn't even say that.
But it's not coming
I
from.
turn up here on a voluntary basis.
Yeah, it's not coming from a place of genuine emotion. But no, it's good to be back.
Good to be back.
Nice to be in a room doing this.
I'm
and
not sure I'd say that either, but
yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
So Love One, that's a rarity.
Yeah.
Chris Ray, do you want to leave us with some
Well,
wisdom?
all I'm saying is, if you see a tortoise that burrows, check which part of the Mediterranean it's from.